Oh yeah, black sun in the hizzle, all for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. Well, really, we got an announcement, not really a show. Um, yeah, we got an excellent show today. We could turn it into a show, but it's really an announcement. Um, I want to remind you guys that we got Therapy Thursdays this Thursday, obviously, with Nature Mom, and she's going to be talking about alopecia. And I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but it's some good information that she's going to have. So y'all definitely tune in for that. It'll be 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. And then we got Fitness Friday with Michelle Rollins. So join us for Therapy Thursday and Fitness Friday with Michelle Rollins and Nature Mom. Um, I think we're going to start on Tuesdays. I don't know if we're going to start this Tuesday, start next Tuesday, but me and Yanga to go. Let's talk about it Tuesdays. That's what we're going to set up. Let's talk about it Tuesdays with Yanga and NKrumah. So we're going to do that. So um, we got some more open slots. Um, I got some upgraded equipment coming. Um, I want to thank y'all for the subscription and sharing and liking the channel. We are going to be getting more shows uh, with more guests. So if you want to have a slot, because I got a bunch of slots available for y'all to do shows. See, people under misunderstand. Therapy Thursdays and Fitness Fridays are not my shows. They're shows that I'm helping produce. I'm helping Michelle Rollins and I'm helping Nature Maid. These are their shows. So people, don't get it twisted. I am a producer. So if y'all want to come on and join the arena, come on down. We got slots. We're paid up for the rest of the year. We will be upgrading now to get the full benefit and potential of this channel. If you do join the team, I recommend that you get at least a 720p camera. I would say personally, I mean, you don't have to, it's optional. 60 frames, 60 frames per rate. I would 6PR. You got most cameras are 30. I would say get 60. And um, I do want to, like I said, if you come on the channel, the arena, I want to give y'all the best quality, best quality, best sound, everything. So I'm going to be the training wheels. What up, twin? What are going on? And I got two moderators that are sound engineers that helped me with the last show, because the last show, Fitness Fridays, the dang audio went haywire. Man, I thank y'all for helping me out, because yeah, that it went haywire. So yeah, we had fixed that. So I do apologize for that, but we're work in progress. We are work in progress as far as the technical side. That's where I come in. It says, "Oh, the road like you, bro." Oh shit! Oh, twins on the road. He driving. No problem, twin. Hey, twin, you stay safe out there, man. Let me tell you, I done seen some crazy. Man, I wish I had the video going. There was a car that jumped across the lane, switched right in front of me, and hit a car beside me. I was like, wow, that's Georgia for you. That's Georgia drivers for you, man. We got some daredevil drivers out here, but they devilness don't always pay off. So yeah, we damn. Ah, man. Okay. Yeah, these daredevil drivers in Georgia don't always pay off. They always don't make it. Yeah, that's what I said, twin. Damn. I was like, damn, he almost hit me. Like he literally, like he barely missed my truck and hit the car right. I was like, man, I feel like I'm in GTA or something. I feel like I'm in a real life video game. In fact, I hate to say this. No, I'm gonna say this. The GTA, what they call it, NPCs, drive better than the people in Georgia. Y'all think about that. If y'all play that video game, GTA, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you go online, play the video game GTA, the NPCs that be driving, space is key. That's right. Not only space, but just common sense, common courtesy. Don't be so selfish. Like, dude, this is crazy on these roads. Like, common sense, patience. If you gotta be somewhere, don't be lazy. Go to bed. Get up early so you can just cruise to your destination. Don't be in such a rush. I never in a rush. Me, no, because I always get to my destination early. Always. So yeah, man. But yeah, twin. Ooh, shit, let me hear you. Ooh. Space is key. Space is key, brother. So man, shout out to you. Shout out to Twin. Shout out to your bro Ham, Soul Power, the Demons of Reality. I went to that show y'all did with brother Angel Snuffnut, man. I wish I don't know if it was live, but next live he has, man, I'm jumping in. I'm gonna jump in. Shout out to Angel. I'm gonna jump in his next live, man. It looks like a lot of fun. But what's going on with these YouTube streets? It's quiet. It's very quiet. Deacons of Reality should be coming. Okay, cool. I will stay on. Yeah, it was live. Yeah, it was, dude. It was live. Shit. Yeah, man. I was like, shit, maybe I should join in. Now, that same day, now I will say this. I was having a little technical difficulties because it was raining. And the rain, damn. Phone all over the damn place. The rain, caused my internet to go in and out. I was at home, and the modem, it goes in and out, man. So I get kind of weary of doing a show because any little slight rain that falls down, internet just, the modem, the internet just cuts off, man. So, I'm already on the road struggling doing this through my phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a new phone too real soon too. I'm going to try to see if I can get a upgrade a phone so I can get more quality shoots. Oh shit. On these lives. Oh shit. More quality shoots on these lives, man, if you don't move. See what I mean? People being selfish. They could all be in the right lane and let me come through, but everybody just like, oh, big old truck, oh. Damn, just give me some space. Like Twin Beerman says, space is key. No, key is space. Key is space. So yeah, these people, man, these drivings. Oh gosh, these people driving something else. Okay, here we go. So anyhow, yeah, that's the lineup for this weekend, man. We're gonna have an interesting show about alopecia. If y'all wanna I don't know, y'all don't ever come in the thing, but the chat is available. If anybody just want to just chop it up freestyle, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, today, I'm kind of filling a void because me and Yanga were supposed to do a show today, well, actually yesterday, but Yanga never shot me with a title. So I didn't post anything. I'm like, Yanga, is your show. That's the thing, when I bring people in the arena, I'm like, okay, I'm producing. I'm just making sure you look good and sound good, but you got to come over the title. So, but I'll get that understanding. I'll talk offline with you about that. Yeah, but what's interesting, we have been called out. Shout out to Yanga. Yeah. Actually, no, we haven't been called out. Actually, the last live me and Yanga did, we called out some folks. Them folks never replied. So it is what it is. That'd be Anon, and that'd be Akmalak. Never replied. So we're gonna push on to the next potential combatants. I'm not gonna say victims because we don't want to. No, we don't strictly talk about just some topics, you know. And before we can get to the main boss, it's like a video game. Before we can get to the main boss, we want to go through a couple of low-level, people. So, yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, y'all want to join in? Y'all can hit that link right there. Hit that link. Y'all just want to chill, y'all can do that too. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have a guy from this guy from England. His name's Daniel. He wants to debate me on Putin. He wants to debate me on Trump. He's an anti-Trumper. He's anti-Putin. So Blackson wants to have him come on the arena. So I'm gonna try to confirm it tonight. He's from Kent. He's SC's or Kent. Yeah, Daniel. Shout out, if you see this, shout out, man. I've been wanting to debate a Brit for a while. So yeah, this should be interesting. Most Britain people, here in the US, we got right and we got left. Their left, our right, our left, our liberal left wing makes their, how does it put it? Their liberals make our liberals look like the right wing, basically. So yeah, that's going to be good one. Oh yeah, it's gonna be real good. It's gonna be real good. Your boy me, Blackson. I'm gonna be defending Putin and Trump, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I can't wait. I can't wait. So that's gonna be interesting. So like I said, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna probably do it on a weekend because his accent is so strong. Like I can understand him when I'm at home, but if I'm on the road and trying to understand him, I won't. I don't want to miss nothing. I don't want nothing to be misunderstood. Me and him had a kind of a debate last night, and guess what we were debating? We were debating music. Yep, we were debating music last night. He's a metalhead like myself, man. But the thing is, he got it all wrong and construed. He tried to say, we were debating like genres, different genres. And he want to try to tell me because, okay, he said that your modern metal comes from England. I said, okay, I agree with that. But then he want to label everything thrash metal. Now, thrash metal is a subgenre right after, okay, so when you had your Metallicas and Slayer come in, they came with thrash metal. He's going to try to tell me that all the subgenres after that are also thrash metal. I said, no, sir. He's going to try to tell me that black metal is thrash metal. No, sir. He's going to try to tell me all these things. Now, mind you, he don't play any instruments. I do. So there's certain techniques, there's certain styles that bring about a whole new genre of music, especially when that technique is a constant. So what do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Black Son? Black metal has this thing called tremolo. Tremolo is constant throughout most black metal songs. That's your guitars. That's what makes black metal, the tremolo in the guitar. It changes the whole paradigm. Another factor is drumming. Now, I like to give credit to California, Mexico, Tijuana. Shout out to the metalheads in those regions that created grindcore. Grindcore is a whole different technique of drumming. There was no prior drumming before the band Terrorizer. If y'all get a chance, look up a band. It's called Terrorizer. They were the first. They're out of California, Los Angeles, Southern California. They invented grindcore because of the drumming. The drumming style is like the fastest drumming style on the planet right now. There's nothing faster than grindcore drumming. So, because of the drumming and it's consistent, it makes it a whole new genre of music. So yeah, I got into that discussion with him. So y'all hold on one second. Let me see if I can get Yanga in here. Hold on one second. Let's see, Yanga. Okay, Yanga. Boom. Okay, I just sent Yang an invite, so hopefully he'll be joining us in a minute. So y'all bear with me. You know, I'm on a roll. We'll see what old Mr. NKrumah's up to. But yeah, man, I got into this discussion with him, and what I like about Daniel, he's very aggressive. Like most Brit blokes over there in the UK, most of them are aggressive. So yeah, it's definitely gonna fit my style of debating. Y'all gonna see, Now Zanzi's very intellectual, but Zanzi's not aggressive. Zanzi's more of a diplomat. This guy Daniel's more of a aggressive type and non-diplomatic. So this is gonna be ingredients for a very good debate. What Zanzi and I had was more of a discussion, a more of an intellectual discussion. Zanzi will have a discussion with you and see if there's basically a discussion. He's not really I wouldn't say an aggressive debater. He's more of a let's find a common ground intellectual discussion. So shout out to Zanzi. So yeah, that's why we really didn't have that debate because boom, A9 add to the stream. What up, A9?
Now don't say what up to me. Let me talk to you
What's
real
up?
quick.
Let's talk.
Let me explain something to you. So number one, nah, bro, it's not. It's not peace.
Okay, cool. No, I didn't say peace. I said what's up. Get the fucking wax out of your goddamn ears. I said what's up, nigga. I didn't say peace.
See?
I don't say peace.
Yeah, see,
I said what's up.
I didn't come here for all the ignorance. I didn't come
I
here for all
said
the
what's
ignorance.
up.
If that's what
Okay,
you
what's up?
if
Okay,
that's
what's
what you're
up?
gonna do, that's what you're gonna do on your channel, then that's what you do. Let me explain something to you. I don't even know what you saying that I said about you or nothing. I don't be on nobody's channel panels. I was in the chat and I didn't even try to hide my name. The reason I use Black Jedi is because I couldn't see Akmalak talking in the chat. All right. If I said something that pissed you off or something, nigga, that's on you, right? Because what Nandy is doing is
No, no,
coming
no,
at
no, no,
y'all.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
hold
no.
on.
What I didn't
Let
no,
me
no, no,
finish.
no,
Let
no,
me
no, no.
finish.
Let's
Let me finish.
no. I gotta stop your narrative right there. I didn't say I was pissed at you. I said if you want to have any type of discussion, any type of debate, bring it. It wasn't no personal attack.
No,
Me and Yanga,
oh yeah, it
said
was. No, hold on.
there's no
Listen, go back and watch
what?
your show.
Okay,
Listen,
okay, say
go
what?
back and
Say
watch your show. Go back and
okay.
watch your show. You specifically said y'all was coming at me because I said something about y'all in Nandy's chat. I didn't say nothing about y'all in Nandy's chat. And
Oh, you didn't.
if it was something like I laughed or something because she
You
said
didn't
something.
say, oh, this is sad. You said, oh, this is sad. Did you not say
Yeah,
that?
okay, hold on. Okay, what now? Me saying this is sad is you taking it to do a whole show to call me out for debates. Let me explain something. We know how to get in touch with each other either through YouTube or email, all of that stuff. If you want to have a debate with me,
Right.
a 2-hour rant between you and Yanga is not it. And then to go and tell Yanga that I'm out here talking crazy about him, that's not it. That's not how I operate. That's not how I do business. Right. And then on top of that, when we were supposed to debate, you proved that you were not equipped to have the
Bro,
Exodus
did you
debate that you
not
said you
say,
wanted to
did
have.
you not, whoa. Did you not say this is sad? That's what I told Yanga. You left the comments.
Yes, I said. Yes, I said it was sad.
That's what you said.
Now, now, here's the question. No, hold on, no, listen. Now listen. Now listen. Now listen. Yeah, that's. Look how you act. Look how you act. Look how you acting. Look how you acting. Look how you acting. Look how you acting. Now what? Now why did I say this is sad? Why did I say this is sad, Yanga? Why did I say it? I'm sorry. Why did I say it was sad, Blackson?
You tell him. You tell me.
Right. See, that's the point. You can't tell a person's intent. Listen, I'm explaining. You can't tell a person's intent through the chat. So for you to assume that I'm saying it's sad, like I'm coming at you, I'm saying the whole situation is sad. It's sad that y'all used to be friends and y'all on the internet arguing. It's sad that y'all used to be close as hell and y'all on the internet arguing. See, you need to take your time and understand that. No, I should not. No, I'm gonna tell you why I should not. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. Because you took something out of the chat and you went insane. Like if, and you know me. That's the crazy part. You know, if I want to say something about you, I'm gonna say it. I really don't. No, you know, but you know how I interact. Okay, let me say this. You know how I interact. Nobody, like, you know what I'm saying. Don't play no games. I really don't know. You know how I interact. This is the first. This no. Bro, out of respect. No. Listen. Out of respect, we offered you an invitation to come have a discussion because Yanga. No, you did not. No, you didn't have. You didn't offer me that. Sure. What you did is you came on here and you called me out and talked crazy to me. Do I need to do a review on your show for you? Sure. Bet, because you want the attention, right? You want the attention. So this is the point. No, I don't. I don't do any of that. I don't do videos about people. I don't do none of that. I'm telling you, I don't do that. Stop for a second. If you invite me on, if you want me to come on, let me talk. If you want me to come on, let me talk. Be a hospitable host. 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 Then, hey, then do this. Then when I'm finished, then come back and correct me. That's what grown men do, right? Now, what you know about what grown men do? At 42 years old, owning multiple properties, having a whole entire family, building up something in Africa and in America, I think I know a lot about being a grown man. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. I have a different definition. Thank you, sir. Now, okay, so back to the point. Now, hold on. Let me finish, and then I'll shut up on your panel. Can you allow me to finish? And then I'll shut up on your panel. Now, listen, I'm not painting a narrative. I said the exact things that happened. I said what I said in the chat. I said it was sad, and then I explained to you just now what I meant. And now what happens is you realize that you jumped out the window and went crazy. I'm gonna say it again. Yanga on here calling me a dumb, all of that stuff. Like, look, bro, I don't have time for it. Now, if you wanted the debate, there was a better way to go about doing it. So here's the deal now. I am extremely busy. I'm not gonna waste my time and set up a debate for something that's not gonna happen. Or you're going to say you want to do it and then push it out 6 weeks from now, or whatever the situation is, right? You said you wanted to debate me on the Exodus of Fairy Tale, right? That was the debate that we had lined up. That's what we had agreed to. Now, if you're not ready for that or you don't want that, that's on you. But from now on, anybody like y'all, if y'all don't got enough decorum to reach out to me, you're going to have to pay money to my charity to debate me. That's where we at now. Like, if you don't have enough decency and respect to contact me like an actual grown man and say, yo, I want to have a conversation, or I want to debate you, or even if I said something that you had an issue with, then contact me and say, yo, why did you say this is sad? Why are you even making a comment? Like, if what I said, because it's hundreds of people in that chat going in on y'all, right? If what I said was so bad and one comment made y'all run and do that, to me, that's clout chase. Because all you had to do was say, yo, Anon, why you ain't reach out to me and say such and such and such and such, right? But instead you pulled a clout chase. That's not how I move. That's not how I operate. Now, I said I wasn't going to come on here, but I'm so frustrated because I expected you to at least be a grown man when it came to dealing with me, right? Even from the first time you came onto that channel, you called out my name going crazy. You didn't even know me. Your whole desire has been to just disrespect me, belittle me, and come at me crazy from the first time you met me.
Can I say something to that?
And you got it, bro. It's your channel.
It wasn't to disrespect you personally. And you got to understand that that you and people like you push a theocracy, which is very dangerous, okay? And so you being the top Hebrew Israelite, Yeah, I came at you. I would do the same to you. I would do the same to Tazaria. I would do the same to the Muslims. Any type of person that pushes any type of theocratic Bible or Quran, yeah, I'm gonna come at you. So that's nothing personal against Enoch. That's against your ideology. So when I came at you, it was chasing your ideology. Personally, I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Exodus. What I want to ask, since you're here, do you debate outside of the Bible? Because that was my whole gripe.
You've
I don't
seen
want to see the
several,
Bible debate.
you've seen several debates that I've done outside of the Bible.
Okay. I would love to have some debates outside of the Bible, because really the Bible's not my thing.
So then why would you call? So why are you calling out Bible believers?
Because I gotta school them on what a theocracy is. Because none of them,
Okay,
unlike you and the
debate
rest of them, have
the
never been
Bible.
to a theocratic country, huh? I don't
Then
want to debate
debate.
the Bible.
But hold on, you 100% do. You 100% want to debate the theocracy of the Bible.
I really don't. Because my thing is, at the end of the day, if you want to be in a theocratic country, go move there. See, you're in America.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
But you're in America with your businesses. You're running your businesses and your charities all in America under capitalism, sir. So I don't want to hear that theocratic debate shit, because all those is goddamn socialist countries that live under a whole different economy.
What you're doing right now is just emotional rant. This is an emotional rant, brother.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know you.
Right. Because watch this. No, watch this. Here's what I mean. So now, like in the midst of this conversation, you're mixing theocratic arguments versus capitalism, right? Now, maybe you should really check my track record. Only reason I argued or debated capitalism over in SVDL was to show that I could do it. This is why Damo and Blue understood that, right? I've never just been this person, rah, yay, capitalism, right? As a matter of fact, the only reason we participate in capitalism is because we have to. And what I do is then take the profits from that.
That's not true.
Hold on. What I do then, hold on. I have to, right now, I have to interact with this capitalistic system to make money. Right, you right now on the road, right? You right now on the road, but you right now,
it's a choice.
You right,
sir.
No, hold on. Predatory cap. Okay, let's really get into this.
Okay, let's get
into it. Your issue really is with predatory capitalism, right? With the way that people.
No. Can I say something? Because I think you paint the wrong picture of me. I have no problem with capitalism. I have no problem with America. I have no problem.
Oh yeah, okay, bet.
We live in.
Bet. Okay, yeah, that's what we need to talk about. Yeah.
Let's roll now. Right.
I'm on your neck now.
Oh, good.
Got you. Okay, yeah.
Right, let's do this.
So you think the system that we're in right now is great for black people?
I think it's better than any system that any Hebrew Israelite will present. Yes.
Oh, amazing. I would love to debate both of y'all 2-on-1 on that conversation.
Well, no. Let me say this. Me and Yanga.
Because that's the debate I wanted with Yanga. I wanted the economic debate. I wanted the biblical economic debate with Yanga. I want to show y'all the biblical model for economics to get out of slavery.
Okay, Anon, can I ask you? Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
You do know me and Yanga don't agree on a lot of things either, right? But if you bang on him, we will offer. Now, one thing I'll tell you about Yanga, me and him may not see 100% on economical system. So debate that you might want with him may not be the debate that I'm pursuing. You know what I'm saying? Mine is a theocratic system as a whole. Believe it or not, you and Yanga might agree on a whole lot of things, because him being a Muslim.
I know we do. We do. Right. So that's why I was trying to figure out why y'all was over here running my damn name.
We were running your name because you didn't.
Because I said this is sad. I don't need to clarify nothing, bro. Like, you don't have no reason to put my name in no video, especially when you don't have nothing to debate. You have no debate smoke. You have no debate smoke.
We got plenty of debate smoke, brother. We got plenty of debate smoke for you.
So now let's have this. No, you literally are backtracking. Watch when you go. I don't know. Do you go back and watch your game film?
Do I go back and watch sometimes? It depends. I look for the technical improvement.
You got to do better. You got to do better. You a walking, talking contradiction at times, bro. You say one thing and then you change.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip you up, bro. I'm gonna clip you up. Don't trip. So look, back
Just
to the
say it.
point,
Just say
right?
it. Click
Look,
me up.
no, I'm good. Look, I ain't got no time for all this. I'm finna jump off in a second,
Okay.
right? I'm gonna say this
Okay,
to
that's
you.
cool.
Do me this favor, right? Don't run my name
Okay.
in no videos. I got too much other stuff that I'm really trying to do around this world to be playing games and having my
Right,
name
right,
pop
right,
like.
right. So right, you don't want
So
no
what I'm
smoke. I
saying,
get it.
yeah,
You don't want no
no,
smoke.
no, whoa, that ain't it. I
You
want the
don't want no
smoke.
smoke. Oh,
Hold
you
on.
want the
I want the
smoke?
smoke.
Okay,
I
then
don't
I'm gonna
want.
run your
Hold
name in the
on.
video.
Stop and
I'm gonna
listen.
run your
Stop.
name in the video.
Okay. Yeah, you
If you want the
ignorant then.
smoke.
So you
If you
ignorant.
want the
If,
smoke.
so if you think that's the only way to build up black people is to do the same
Who said I
ignorance
was
on
trying
you.
to build up? Who said I was trying to build up black
Oh
people?
yeah, we really don't have nothing to talk about then. If you're not for our people, I don't even want to deal with you because you're a slaver in
Who's
my
your
opinion.
people? Who's your people? Who's your people?
The, the poor black people around this globe, the people who are
The
being
poor
devastated, those
black people
the,
around the
those
globe.
those melanated people, or what we would call blacks, natives, Hispanics, things of this nature. These poor
Oh,
black
this
people
okay.
who have been
Numero
completely
seis.
who have been completely marginalized, devastated, and destroyed, not only by the capitalistic system but by people predatory model. Meaning, it wouldn't matter if it was feudalism, socialism. If you allow the same type of people to be in charge, they will continue to run the country and run the black people or run the poor and disenfranchised into the ground. That's the problem. It won't matter what the
So
economic.
I
Let me
gotta
finish.
ask you a
You
question
got to
then.
listen. You got to listen before you ask questions. It won't matter what system we put in place. If we don't change the morality or the moral identity of those that are the leaders, all they're going to do is continue to take advantage of people. Go ahead.
So you have a better model than the people that are in charge of this country, correct?
100%.
Okay, that's what I like to debate you on. I bet you money you don't.
Okay, donate 100 or 200 to my charity. You
I
get
will
what you want.
donate 200 that you don't have a better system.
Bet.
That you don't have a better
Look, as
system.
long as you'll
Now,
donate to the system, you
okay,
donate.
go ahead,
Now,
go ahead.
normally, now I'm gonna be honest. Normally it's 500. Normally it's 500, but I know you're a working man. I know, you know what I'm saying. So I ain't trying to bang, but if that's what it's gonna be, it's going like the minimum really is gonna be 500 for everybody else. I'm gonna be honest with you. But it seemed like now if it's righteous, like if it's somewhere we have good conversation, dialogue, but this is obviously like you trying to have smoke. You want the clout chase. You want the clout. Put the money up. Put the money up. You can get whatever you want. You understand?
Hey, no,
That's
let me
what it
tell you
is,
like
bro.
this, brother. Let me tell you like this. Okay, if I wanted to cloud chase, I would chase somebody like Tazaria. I'll chase somebody like Uncle Kek. I mean,
Yeah,
no
that
offense,
sound good.
brother.
My
No
name
offense.
move. It sound
No
good. It
offense.
sound
No
good. It
offense.
sound good.
No
Yo, it
offense.
sound
No
good.
offense. No
Sound good.
offense. But you don't have
Sound
clout
good.
like that.
Sound good. Actually, I do.
You only became a
Actually,
target.
it's especially
Ain't
especially in
not,
my
ain't not,
Israelite
ain't not.
community. Bro, you
Okay,
just said
okay,
I'm a
ain't not,
you
ain't not,
just said
ain't not,
you
ain't
called
not.
my name because I'm a top
You
Israelite.
became no. You
Listen to
became
what
a
you said.
target. You
Listen how you
became a
contradicted
target.
yourself.
You
Listen how
became
you
a target
contradicted
when you left
yourself.
that in the chat, bro. I would have never even known.
Listen to how you
Bro, listen,
bro.
bro, listen,
Bro,
listen. This would
this
have
is
never been
weird.
an issue.
This is
Go ahead,
weird. This is
bro. Go
weird
ahead.
now.
God damn.
Hey, look, this is weird now.
Nigga,
Watch.
you weird.
Now watch.
Listen.
No, I didn't say you're weird.
No, you taking
Calm
something
down.
and running with it. Okay,
Calm
hold on.
down.
Hold
Calm
on.
down.
Hold on. Hold
Stop
on.
getting personal. Stop getting personal. I said
I'm not getting
this is
personal, bro.
weird. Not you are weird. See, this is you. You're emotional, bro. You're all over the place. You're so emotional because you can't
You
hear a real
emotional.
conversation.
But we
I'm
okay,
really
yeah, but
not.
you emotional too
I'm
though.
really
But you
not. I'm
emotional
really
too.
not. I'm really
You
not,
really
bro.
are.
I'm
Okay,
really
I'm really
not.
not either. I'm
Right?
really
Yeah.
not either.
Okay. It sounds
Okay,
great.
hold
Now
on,
listen. Now,
hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yanga, what's up, man?
What's up, you guys? Peace, A9. Man, I'm glad you could appear on the
yeah,
show, man.
it's not too much
I'm sorry
peace
I
right
just
now, bro. I'm
chimed
be
in.
honest. I'm gonna be honest, not too much peace because
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like how
I
y'all
didn't
handle.
know.
I don't like how y'all handle things, right? If and you know this,
What's that? Talk
about
to
me.
me.
You know this about me, right? Because I heard what you was saying on the joint too, right? This is my issue, and I was telling this to Blackson. Like, if y'all really wanted to debate or something, there was different ways to go about reaching out and saying something to me. You allowed Blackson to make it seem like I was sitting here roasting y'all, talking crazy in the chat. You didn't even know what he was upset about. He upset because I said this is sad in the chat. While people in the chat dogging y'all, killing y'all, running y'all name down, I said this is sad. He took that, put a battery in your back, and y'all ran off and ran your mouth about me for almost 2 hours, bro. I ain't never did no stream on y'all, talk crazy on y'all, ran down on y'all name. This dude been talking crazy to me since he first came into SBDL. Then he said it ain't a clout chase, but then he's talking about, oh, you
Well,
one of the top Israelites. You're one of the top Israelites. That's why I yelled your name. Yeah, it's a clout chase, right? There was no reason to say my name. And now you happy because I'm on your channel. But I'm going to tell you this. If you want to debate me because of the way you handled it, you're going to have to pay. And if you don't do it, then you ain't getting the debate. Don't run my
He came in
name,
and
bro.
out on some of it. You said he came in and out on some of it, so I missed some of it. Let me address some of that. First of all, you should take it as an honor that, and let me say this. First, I tried to come respectfully. Like, wait a minute, hold on, A9. I'll let you speak unless you weren't done, then you can go ahead. Because I
wasn't, but you got it. I wasn't, but you got it. Nah, you good. I'm gonna listen.
Okay. First of all, I tried to come respectfully. I told you if anyone I thought would be a challenge, it would be you. It was out of respect. We don't do the personal. I don't do the personal. I don't know you personally enough to attack you personally. It is a respect for your debate skills. And that's all it was. I think I've said before on the record that I had actually looked forward to debating you. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that's about. As far as putting batteries in the back, man, we don't listen to that. You probably were one of the people worthy in the chat to be mentioned. Them other clowns probably talking, and I don't know exactly who it was. They probably weren't even worth of an honorable mention, bro. That's all that is. If you were offended, like thinking it was personal, definitely. That wasn't my intention. But I would love to have an intellectual debate. Now, I'm a confident brother, so of course I'm going to think I'm going to win. I don't think anyone goes into debate looking for the defeat. However, whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. I just would like an intellectual debate with you because you are one of the damn best. Your name does go around, brother. That comes with the territory.
Not according to Blackson. Not according to your partner. Not according to your partner. With his good trolling ass.
What did Son say to you?
You know, I'm nobody. I'm nobody out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a nobody out here, according to him.
Well, now you put words in my mouth, A9. I didn't say that you were nobody. I didn't say that, bro.
That's exactly
I just said you don't have as much clout as a Tazaria or the Unka King. If I wanted to really clout chase, that's all I said. I didn't say you were nobody. Now, when I said that you were the top Hebrew, you were the top Hebrew in the SVDL pushing that theocracy, and you didn't even know you were pushing the theocracy. When I say low level, that's not to insult you. It just means you didn't know what a theocracy was before I got there. That makes you a low level Hebrew Israelite. Don't take that personal though, bro. But you talk about it being emotional. You're being emotional.
Can I respond to the ignorance?
Yes.
See, this is why people really get an attitude with you, because you say foolish things. How would you think that somebody who is an actual Bible teacher, went to seminary school, has multiple degrees, doesn't know what a theocracy is? See, this is the problem with you, family.
Okay,
of course.
Cool. So that means you push.
So listen,
that means you push. Thank you.
I said it 8 times. I said it 8 times on here today already, and I said that theocracy that I'm pushing is 100% better than anything that the United States has. Now, let me finish talking to Yanga. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Now, this is the only issue that I have with all of the nonsense, right? Because you saying like it wasn't no smoke, but then there's shots that y'all taking throughout the whole joint. Now, the reason that it's an issue for me is because I don't take shots at y'all. I don't even mess with y'all. I don't even deal with y'all, right? I want y'all to deal with Nandi. I want y'all to address the things that Nandi is saying and stop coming at me. Stop coming at Akmalat. But if you're going to keep doing it, then if you really want that debate, you got to pay. And I'm going to say that to anybody. Like, if you come to me respectfully, and we could get it in. But if you're going to be disrespectful, yes, exactly. Why? Because I'm going to put it to the charity. I don't even want you to give it to me. I want you to put it in a 501c3 because I'm actually building something to help people. And you can say, oh, he got a 501c3. You know why? So that way those rich black people that want to donate can now get a tax write-off. Yes, I want to give them incentives. I want to actually give them the incentive to help.
I'm trying to figure out what shots you felt like were taken more than what you felt like that you said. If you said this is sad or them brothers don't know what they talking about, wouldn't that be a shot?
See how you added it? Nah, see how you added it? Nah, what I said was this is sad. And why did I say it was sad though? It was sad that y'all sitting here going back and forth. That's what I told Blackson. That's what I've been watching. I don't want to see none of my black people going back and forth right now because we got too much other stuff to work on. That's what I was saying. So that's what I'm telling you. When you look at listen, when you look in the chat, and then you take something in the chat as if you know the context of it, Now you making a nut out of yourself. That's what I'm saying. If y'all talking about really trying to get out here and get active,
what's happening
if
here
you
is
talking
we
about
must
really
have hit
getting
a
out,
nerve.
yeah, you did, because I tried to respect you and you didn't respect me. I don't like to respect people. I don't like to give respect to people that's not gonna give
where
it
is the
back. I
disrespect
don't
coming
like
from? Where is
because
where's the
because you're
disrespect coming from? You
because you're
haven't said one
because
thing.
you
Where did we take a shot at you?
first off, you lied and
Where
said
did
that
we
I
take
was in the
a
chat.
shot?
First off, you lied and said that I was in the chat disrespecting you, talking crazy about you. You gave the illusion to people that I actually went out of my way and took my time out of my day to get into a chat and make multiple comments that was talking crazy about your debate skills and
You
all
may
that.
have taken. You may have
No,
taken. You
no,
may
that's
have
what you
taken. You
said.
may have taken
Did
that.
y'all watch
Nobody
what
rewind the
did y'all
tape.
go back and watch?
Nobody.
Did you go back and
I
watch the
watched
tape?
it. I listen. Listen.
Yo,
Hey,
fam.
not two or
Who the
three
dum
times.
dum?
And
Who
I'm
the dum dum?
saying,
Who the dum dum?
if you go,
Who the
apparently,
dum dum?
if you're saying
Who the
that I
dum dum?
said, if you're saying that I said, I'm about to answer your question. If you're saying that I said you disrespected me, you're the dum dum. If you're saying that
Bet,
I said
bet.
you disrespected me, you're the dum dum. I
Did I
never
say
said
you
you.
said?
I'm talking about
Did you
if you
call me?
wanted to debate and you can
The
play,
dum dum? Did you
if
say the dum
you can
dum and all of
replay the
that?
tape
Did you say
constantly.
the dum dum? Bro, I'm not. I'm like I'm
Did
gonna
I
keep it a
say
buck
dum
with y'all.
dum?
See, hey, look,
No,
I'm gonna
no,
keep it a buck. I'm
no,
gonna keep
no,
it a
I
buck.
didn't.
I'm gonna keep
No,
it a
I
buck.
didn't. I've never
Okay.
called you out of your name. I've never called you out of your name. Keep it up.
Bet.
I've never called you out of your name, bro. I don't roll like that. To me, that's just diversion from the topic. I don't have to get into name calling, brother. My challenge to you, and if you listen, it wasn't a call in, it was a challenge as two debaters. Go back, listen to the tape, bro. And I said, listen, I respect his thing. If anyone I have respect for that I think a challenge will come from, it will be Anon. I was looking forward to debating Anon, Domo. There's some other cats that Chris that I was looking forward to debating in the debate, bro. I don't have to resort to name calling. I don't have to resort to disrespecting you on a level, any level. If I'm challenging the debate skills, that's exactly what it is, or the topic, that's exactly what it is. Black Jedi.
So
It
let me
ain't
ask you a
nothing
question.
more than that, bro.
So
And it doesn't
now
have
so
to be
now
more
so
than any
now
more than that. Yes, sir.
so now let's move like men real quick, right? So you got all this respect. You wanted to debate me.
Yes, sir.
Been wanting to debate me, right? Why you didn't call me out before
Yeah.
then? Why you didn't
I look
why you
forward to
didn't why you
debating.
why you didn't put my name in the joint before then?
Anon. If you go back and look,
Why
I
did you
have
not put
said
my
that
it's a simple
numerous
question.
times.
He's been
Simple
calling you out
Calling
question.
since
your
day
name
one,
back,
Anon.
calling this.
No,
You
simple
ain't got to
simple
say called
I
you
question.
out.
thought you was
Simple
on the
question.
scene. I didn't even.
Simple question.
I thought you was
Simple
off the. I
question.
tell you why. I thought you
Simple
was off the
question.
scene. I
And
thought
I
I
was.
answered the
And I
question.
was. And
If
I
you listen,
was.
if you
And I
listen,
was.
and
So
you
that's the
popped your
question.
ass back on the scene, Negro. And
Nigga,
when
I've
you
been in
pop back on
chats.
the scene, you
Hold on,
mad because
fam.
you
All
on the
right.
radar.
Let's get it popping in. Let's get it popping in. Let me explain something to you, nigga. I can pull up in
Let's get
any
it
chat that
cracking.
I want to. I can
Please
pull up
try.
in any chat.
Please
I
try.
could get it. I can
Then
pull up in
pull
any
it up,
chat.
Negro. Quit
I
crying
can
because
pull
you
up
got
in
on
any
radar. Do
chat.
you want to debate or
Shut
not,
up.
crybaby
Man,
ass?
shut your weak ass up, bro.
You're
You trash
crying.
too.
You're
You
crying,
trash
Black
too.
Jedi.
You trash too. You
Okay, there
trash
you
too.
go. There you
Now,
go.
there you
Prove
go.
it.
Now y'all want
Prove
that.
it, Black
Now y'all want the
Jedi.
energy.
Prove it.
Put the money up. Put the
Prove
money
it.
up. Put the
Prove
money up.
it.
Put the
You said,
money up.
okay, send us your 501(c)(3). Let's get a topic.
Put the money up.
Send in your
Put the money up.
501(c)(3) and let's get a topic.
Bet. Let's get a
Man,
topic
bro,
then. Let's
you
work the
keep
topic
repeating the
out.
same thing or you
Let's
stuck on
work the
repeat.
topic out.
Let's get
Let's
a
work the
topic.
topic out.
We put the money up. I like the fact that you're doing something for the community charity. That makes it even that much more sweeter.
Facts. So
That's
now
all it
let's do
does, black
this.
man.
So now let's do this. Let's do biblical economics versus your economic policy.
I'm sorry, say it
What is
again.
your view? What's your view on economics? What do you feel is the best economic system to get us out of this current situation?
A version of African socialism, as espoused by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Not socialism, not Marxist Lenin, but a version of African socialism as expounded by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. That would be the closest, and it has its flaws, but that would be the closest.
Okay, and
Communalism
so
and
this would
economic communalism.
so this involves things as susus and things like this, correct?
Yeah, some susus are involved in it.
Yeah. Yeah, things
Yeah,
like this. All right. Now,
yeah,
what is
yeah,
the
yeah. Like
governmental
I said, I
structure?
know you don't slouch on your shit. What is governmental
Yeah.
structure of
What's
what?
the what's the governmental structure of this social, economic, political
What is
system
the
that you want
um if I had a governmental structure to implement it, it would be democratic socialism. That's the first
to?
thing that pops up in my mind. That would be the closest
So,
to probably
so,
implementing the system.
so basically, right now, you don't have it. You don't even have a working model for me to look at and to deconstruct and even know what I'm going to debate. You want me to go into debate blind, but
Where's
you
your
pretty
working
much.
model? Whoa,
Uh,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
But you,
Where's your working
my work,
model?
my working model
Where's
is
Swindle,
in
your
the
working
Bible.
model?
I'm telling you, it's in the
The
swindle.
Bible.
The
Bible.
closest you would get,
No,
the closest you would get would probably be the closest. The Bible. The closest you would get
this
probably
nigga's a
would be
fairy tale.
Yeah, go ahead.
reasons you won't get a working model is imperialism, is the war against socialism by capitalists. I mean, the imperialists are waging a war. So yeah,
Do
it's
you do understand that the Bible gives you a whole economic model to get out of to get out of slavery, get out of poverty, and to actually defeat the imperialists, right? Y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Yanga, you there? Okay, I think he cut out. No, no, no. He's having issues
Yeah.
again with his stream. But no. Don't go nowhere. So you're saying the Bible. So you're gonna freestyle the Bible, this plan. See, that's why I'm so against this theocratic nuts like yourself ain't none. And I don't mean to disrespect, but that
Yeah, you do.
idea is nuts. I'm not saying that you're nuts, but that theocratic idea is nuts. It's totally nuts. Out of the Bible is so goddamn outdated, man. Come on now. Do
That's
you expect
awesome.
to lead black people into a old fairy tale book with an economical
Yep.
structure to beat
Yep.
to beat the
so
current one
yeah.
we in now?
So
Oh
let
wow.
me
Yep.
ask you this: how do the people get a say? So is the Bible a democracy? It seems like a hierarchy or a priesthood. How would that be set up? Me as the person, and how do I have a say as far as? And I know that I'm sure in there you guys collect taxes because you have to fund the government. So I
Right.
have to pay taxes. I'm forced to abide by these rules and these laws. But how do I have a say in my own destination, in my own self determination,
Oh,
according to the
that's an
Bible? Do
amazing.
I have to say, "Thus
That's
saith
an
the Lord"?
amazing. Right. That's an amazing question. So now let's get into it. And so now we can calm down and really
Yes,
break
sir.
this stuff down. Because now I got y'all where I want y'all, right? Long as y'all put that money up, we good. All right. So um let's address it. When you say what do you have a say in, the reason that this is amazing is because you have a say as to first off whether you even come into the system. There's nothing that says that you must participate in the
Mhm.
system that I'm talking about creating. But once you do, it is a voluntary situation. So, what are the benefits for you? This is not like, oh, we just gonna reach in and take money out of everything that you're paying. No, our tithe system is set up to where you're giving increase when you make money off of your food or when you get new increases of different things, that's the percentage that you give. And you're not giving it just to say, hey, you give it to the priesthood because the job of the priest are to actually redistribute it to the people. Now, let's talk about then how it helps the poor. So, for instance, we have things like gleaning laws, right? Where if you grow all of your food, when you go to pick your harvest, whatever falls on the ground, you have to leave that. So then the poor can come and cleave onto it. The poor can come and pick up all of the gleanings that fall on the ground, right? There's also laws that say if your brother waxes poor around you, not only can you have a mandate to make sure that they are no longer poor, that they are no longer waxing poor, that they can't handle certain things. See, there's a whole economic system. So when you say what are your choices or how's it going to make you better,
Well, I
the entire system allows you to figure out what your individual space is within that quote unquote theocracy, right? So if you want to sell oranges and you want to do whatever you want to do, all you have to do is do it within the scope of the mindset of the business principles that theocracy is based upon. So if I'm an orange seller, I can't use unequal weights, meaning I can't hike up the price on people. I can't be out here price gouging. I can't be out here
Mhm.
doing. right? That's the whole basis of it. So that's where you can be whomever you want, as long as you operate within the laws of the system. Now, can you be a homosexual in that system? No. Can you be an adulterer in that system? No. Can you be a murderer in that system? No. All of these things, now we speak to the morality of the thing. So if you're saying you want to just be able to run around and live willy-nilly, you can't be a part of that system.
Well, here's what I'm asking. Here's what I'm asking, Anon. When I say about, like, I hear the economic system, and I have some questions on that, and we'll come back and address that. I'm talking about the voice of the people that have a say in how they would like to be governed. You were talking, there's two things I'd like to ask. One, you were saying it's voluntary. So if you choose to do this, you can live in this state. Suppose I don't choose to be a Hebrew Israelite. So that means that I can't live amongst you people. And secondly, one of the things that comes out of a democracy, and I hate to have to use these devil democracies as an example, but since we're here.
You cut out.
The people have a right to vote for tax increases, tax hikes, what they're going to pay taxes on. Do your types, if I'm saying, okay, these types may be extensive for what I'm earning, and I would like for my types to be different. Do I have a say in that? Or if I say I don't want to pay types, or I don't believe like you guys believe, and I don't have to leave your state, do I still have access to public facilities, even though I'm not paying taxes or types to maintain these public facilities? Like, where do I fit in? If I don't want to believe in Yahweh, if I want to live my life and I don't want to pay that type, do I have a place to voice that grievance?
No, because then you wouldn't be a part of our government. So if you're not an Israelite in that respect, right, to where you're saying, okay, I'm not governed by all of your theocratic laws, but I do still choose to exchange commerce with you, then you have the right to exchange commerce with me, right? When you're talking about the theocracy, I think y'all have a misunderstanding of we trying to set up a theocracy in America, right? This is what Black says. You should take it somewhere else. Well, that's the whole biblical model. The biblical model was not based upon setting up a theocracy in America or setting up a theocracy. The biblical model is about setting up our quote unquote government up along the east coast of Africa. If you really want to know what the Bible says, right? And I'm gonna start teaching everybody this part too, right? We're talking about creating a government structure where we build something all the way up the east coast of Africa, where then we become a light to the rest of the world, where our economic system then shows you the proper way to use group economics to raise your brothers and sisters up. So if you didn't want to deal with the quote unquote tithe system, or you didn't like the amount of money, that has nothing to do with you, because you're not an Israelite anyway, right? We talking about people that's outside of the nations, if that's what you're saying. But those of us that are actually a part of this government, that's building this government up, yeah, we would give a certain percentage. And it's only, I mean, the percentage is extremely small, and it's only when you get an increase. So if you're just working your everyday job, really all you're going to be on the hook for is when you come to do certain feast days and come to do certain things like that, right? When you know you got to bring whatever you need to bring for a certain religious ceremony, right? But there is nothing where we saying, oh, every dollar that you spend is taxed in the government. That's not the way our government works, right? That's not the way it works at all.
Well, I mean, like, so the question of, so it's all dependent on if I'm a Hebrew Israelite, basically, if I have access to the land,
the leadership,
the
leadership is,
and if you take over this region, so you saying if I'm not a Hebrew Israelite and I live in your land, I don't want to pay types, I don't have to pay types?
No, I'm saying you wouldn't. Like, why would you even live in our land if you didn't want to live by our rules? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, say I live there, say I live there.
I'm saying you wouldn't. I'm saying you wouldn't. I'm saying you wouldn't. I'm saying you wouldn't. The way it's set up is you wouldn't even. So, and this is what keeps down problems, right? This is what really keeps down problems. You don't want to keep the Shabbat. You don't want to adhere to the governmental economic system within the borders of this sovereign territory. All you really need to do is, if you want to come in there and get some money, or you want to come be a tourist, you can come on there certain days, do your work, get your money, then leave. Right? You can come, you can exchange economics with us, commerce with us, then come up and start to learn of our ways. And then as you start to learn how we get down, then you can make a decision as to whether you want to get down and get with it or not. Right? That would be the best way to explain it as to right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens to the occupants of the land that you guys possess? Because this is real reminiscent of the white Hebrews. That's what they did to the Palestinians in Israel. They're occupying land on the premise that God, their understanding or their
Yeah,
version of God, had promised
and
them that
that's
land, and they're displacing millions of
mhm,
Palestinians and oppressing and exploiting and suppressing millions of
mhm,
Palestinians. So what happened
mhm.
when you so what happens when you guys get the land and say, Farmer Joe been there 3-4 generations and he doesn't want to keep the Sabbath, he doesn't want to be a Hebrew Israelite. Is he and the likes of him expelled from the land?
Oh,
How does that
brother,
work?
amazing,
Because like what's
amazing
happening
question
is I
as
don't hear
well.
unification. I hear elitism and exclusivism.
No, that's what you
Thank you.
hear. That's what you're creating, right? So actually, and I think this is an amazing question. I'm already in the process of
Uh-huh.
doing this. So because we've already done all the research on DNA, Bantu expansion, migratory patterns, things of this nature, all we're doing is reaching out to our brothers and sisters who are already Israelites that are in these areas. See, this is the beauty of this. This government doesn't need to come in and say, I'm going to steal all your land, right? We can have a satellite group in Zimbabwe, a satellite group in Tanzania, a satellite group in Kenya, a satellite group in Mozambique, a satellite group in
Mm-hmm.
Ghana, a satellite group in Nigeria. This is not about taking over the land. This is actually about
So
telling them,
what
yo,
happens?
if
But
listen,
yeah.
listen, I'm explaining it to you because we're not talking about coming in and just being sovereign, taking
Okay.
over a place. That's not what I'm saying, right? I'm saying I can be sovereign
Mm-hmm.
in one in a 10-hectare square space that I actually came and purchased from the farmer. And instead of trying to take over the farmer's land, now I can
Oh,
work
okay.
with the
Okay.
farmer because I'm not asking the farmer once again. If you're
Mm-hmm.
outside of what we're building, why would I ask you to contribute tithes? Instead, I need to figure out a way to create economic exchange with you. This is not about trying to do the colonization that we see the white man doing. This is actually about building a government of justice and judgment that is going to do righteously by the poor, the widow, the orphan, make sure that all of us can now work together and grow up and create economic stability across the globe. This has nothing to do with me wanting to take over a certain portion of the world. They're already asking us to come there. We've already building with our brothers, with the people who are saying we are Israelites. We've been here for thousands of years. I can show you a brother like Kohen Hamadishe, who is in Zimbabwe, who is a Limba chief, who has multiple villages that he travels around. And you know what he's
Mm-hmm.
asking? He's saying, Brother Sadiq, I need you to do the things that we have been talking about so we can build the boreholes that we need, so we can
I
create
mean,
the solar powers
yeah.
that we need. So then we can put the food in the ground. So now we can create a financial and economic system that we can now start to ship the food around the world. See, that's the beauty of it. It has nothing to do with colonizing. It has everything to do with finding our brothers and sisters who are a part of this and building a government with them so we can be a light to those that are around us.
So then, Adon, I have a question for you. How do you, so you're talking about fellow working class black people. If you got fellow working class black people that are benefiting off the system that we live in already, what are you guys offering that's better? That's all I'm saying, brother.
And I'm
Because
telling you, I'm,
because
I'm telling
first of
you,
all, hold on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. If you want, go say what you want to say.
What I'm
I
saying is
thought you was
that
fair.
it, what I'm saying is that it looks like you're looking for working class people. And and then another point I want to make the address, you talk about poor people. Well, if everybody's working and you have a better system, would there not be any poor people in your system? And I'll mute my mic.
Amazing. I think the poor will always be with us, right? So there are things like, maybe I wasn't poor, but I tried to go into a business deal. I had a bad business deal, right? So there's another thing that we have, which is called the Jubilee Year. Every 7 years, all your debt is wiped clean. Doesn't matter. So now, if you understand that, then after 7 years, let's say you was poor, but now your debt's wiped clean. Now you're not in the same situation that we see here. The debt here is what kills families, it kills marriages, it kills everything. And because of the way this country ran, you in this truck right now. Now I don't know what you had to do, right? But I know that I help people get different business funding. You got to go into debt to buy the truck, to then go pay the truck off, to then hopefully buy another truck to build a fleet. So that's what I'm saying. So the whole thing is to eliminate this problem or this issue of debt. That's one of the biggest things that we do in the system that we're creating. In the theocratic system that I'm talking about, that the Bible teaches, you eliminate the problem of debt. So even the working class people, so now all of the working class people who decide, okay, well, I'm comfortable here. Okay, well, now when you start to see other people who were completely destitute start to build their system up, they're starting to build themselves up and they don't have any debt. So now they can move around freely. They can do the things that they want to do. So instead of spending 40 hours a week on the road, you spend 20 hours a week in conversation with your group economic people. All the money is redispersed correctly. And now you get to spend more time with your family. You spend more time with your children. Now we build a proper structure where our sisters, if they want to go out and work, they can. But now we celebrate them. We champion them for being the actual providers in the home. This is the depth of even our language. So when you understand a bait and what a house is, right? This is the Hebrew word for house. You understand that the whole purpose of it is to protect the mom. Like when you think about the understanding of how we live, the goal is to build up our women so then they can take care of because the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And so once we're able to get them out of this situation where everyone is constantly bogged down with debt and with this stress and with getting your eyes inundated with all of this sexual, this over sexualization, all of these things, right? This is why the theocratic system is so much more than just economics. Or if we go off the Neely Fuller model or the Neely Fuller understanding, we can say economics permeates every aspect of life. And so if you understand then that economics infiltrates and permeates every aspect of life, then this quote unquote theocratic system that we're talking about, it goes much more deeper than just finances. It also goes to the moral culpability. It also goes to the counseling or the mental culpability, to the physical health culpability, right? We go into religion, war, family, right? All of these 10 areas of people activity. That's what this system is designed. It's designed to redefine the way that the government should be ran.
Okay, but yeah, I almost called you Yanga. Anon. Now, would you agree that the system that we live in, when you say a debt, we live in a system where the more, okay, so let me ask you this question. Do people put themselves in debt? That's number
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Yes, they do. Okay.
I'll say most people. Some people inherit debt, but most people put themselves in debt.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. Now, you talk about protecting the black women. Would you agree that black women are the biggest consumers in the United States of America?
I mean, we can make that argument.
Okay.
I would say women, but I would say women, period, would be the biggest consumers in any society because they're the ones that's doing the mass majority. Me and my wife just had this conversation. Now I could shop,
women.
I can get it all done,
Fair enough.
but she's the one.
Okay.
Hold on, but she's the one that does all the shopping. So even when my kids need vitamins, my kids need allergy medicine, I get the money, give it to her. She goes and orders it on Amazon. So I mean, in that respect, I don't want to put it out there like, oh, women are just consuming. That's just what I mean. That's usually their role in the household, and it's not a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not attacking. I'm not saying women should be in the kitchen. I'm just saying like this is the way many of these things work. I don't got the patience to shop.
Well, hey, I don't want to come off like I'm attacking the black woman, but that's why I'm asking you specific questions.
I just want to clear it up. That's all. I just want to clear it up because you know people.
I want to clear it up too.
People will take everything and clip it up and somebody.
They sure will. So let me ask you this question: are we in debt because of a supply and demand system?
I would say no. Honestly, I would say we're in debt. I would say we're in debt for lack of knowledge, right? So, for instance, when Yanga was talking about the Susu conversation, right? Those are the type of situation that we should have been looking into, right? And this is that actual thought process on the quote unquote theocratic system, right?
Okay.
Why would I have to borrow $100,000 from a predatory capitalist who's then going to come take my land if I'm not able to fulfill my payment, right? Where I could just go to my brother and say, yo, can I borrow a couple of dollars? I'm trying to get this car wash started. See what I'm saying? And then your brother immediately says,
system though, I don't mean to interrupt you, even in your system, there might be scenarios like that. So how do you collect that debt? How do you I mean, what do you have a barter work system? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out because
Yes,
I know
yes,
you're a
yes.
working man. I know you're a working man. That's
Right,
number one. So we having a
right,
working man's conversation. That's number one.
right.
Number two, a lot of times, and I'm not saying you ain't on, but a lot of brothers and sisters feed into the supply and demand, and they get caught up because of their wives and kids. They kids want that PlayStation 5. The wife wants that damn vacation trip to Jamaica and wants that damn plastic surgery done. But you know what I'm saying? These are
And that's why I
demands that
say,
black
but
people.
that's why I say it's a knowledge thing, right? So for instance,
Yeah,
if
but
my
the
kid
greatest
wants,
war you're
but
gonna
it,
go against. You, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you're
go
right. The
ahead. I
greatest
can't
war
help
that
it.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
go against is in my household. That's where the war
Right,
starts.
right.
No,
Yeah,
but
you're
hold
not
on,
gonna war against me.
hold on. So now, but this is
Okay.
where once again the biblical principle or the biblical model comes in effect. The Bible tells you that your greatest fight is going to be in your home. You could be a little coward and cry about it. You could be a baby and complain about it, or you could be a man, gird yourself in your loins, and be the leader in the house that your family is asking you to be. So when my wife says, I want to go on a trip, if I know I can't afford to go on the trip, guess what? I got to look her in the face, eat that disappointment, and say, we can't afford to go on that trip. We got to get our bucks up. That's what a
And I
grown man does.
and
And
how
when
and
she
here's
says, and when and if she says, I'm leaving you because you don't make enough money, you
Yeah.
have to accept that. You have to accept that, still raise your family, and now go out and keep building, right? This is not
your
one of these
nation's
things
not gonna last. Your nation's
you're
not gonna
insane.
last. Hey,
I'm
not.
going to tell you, I can show
I
you a
promise
working
you.
model. Listen, I can
Okay,
show you a
okay.
working model of how it lasted,
Yep.
right? I can show you.
Yeah.
This is why they keep running. This is why they ran the Moors out of Spain. This is why they're chasing us all around the globe. Do you do understand that we can prove that these Semites are
Here's
the
my
people who have been chased? Hold on, bro. Let me finish this out. The Semites are the people who have been chased all around the globe because when they show up somewhere, they show up practicing exactly what I'm talking about. They show up wherever they go. They're going to use group economics. They're going to do endogamy, which means, so now watch this. Here's another thing. The reason that it will last is because, like I said, my wife is in the home raising my children up. So now when my daughter is older, instead of her being a consumer, she's a Proverbs 31 woman. She's going to go out here and learn how to do real estate. She's going to learn how to create a clothing line. She's going to learn how to create a business and have other people work that business while she's at home taking care of things. Why? Because her husband went out and made enough
And now,
contacts in the city. Listen, because her
okay.
husband went out and made enough contacts in the city to where now we're practicing group economics with each other. So, for instance, let's say me and you could get along. We was cool, right?
Right.
If I had the bucks, and if I didn't have it, three or four other brothers, let's pay off Black Son's truck, and now he just slowly pay us back. But ain't nobody finna come take his truck, right? And then as long as we put that system in place and we paid it off in time, everything is good. But unfortunately, and here's the thing, here's why rich people in my system suffer the most, right? In my system, if you want to be rich, you may end up getting clipped in that 7 year, right? So let's say I came to you, I gave you 100,000, and I said, okay, you got 7 years to pay it off. And when we get to year 7, you still owe me 20 bands. Guess what? That debt is wiped clean. It don't matter. So now I got to eat that because I had more money. So you can say, well, rich people ain't gonna want to come in there. We don't want them in there anyway. Then, like, if you're not gonna be able to come in and understand that your finances are one of the biggest tools that we have to actually further the kingdom, then I don't want your selfish tail around me no way, right? I know. For me,
Well,
if I go out here and make 10 million, I need to put at least 5 or 6 of that back into a completely poor system until that system starts to grow, and now maybe I can get away with putting that actual 1 million or 10%. So that's the ideology behind it.
mhm.
Yanga, you there?
here's my here's my concern.
Okay.
You know, yeah. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can
Here,
hear
Yeah,
you.
I
I can
could
hear
here's
you.
tell. I could
Yeah.
tell. I
here's
could
one
tell
of
y'all
my
wasn't ready for
concerns
this,
because I
bro.
don't.
No, I'm ready. I want to. No, I'm
No,
here to
No,
hang it. Hey, no,
listen.
yeah,
I got
I'm
a
not gonna
bad.
hog up the
Yeah,
show.
I got a
y'all
I'm
wasn't.
not gonna hog
terrible.
up the show.
I got a Yeah, I got a special. I have a terrible connection, man. I wish I'd have been a little more prepared. Here's my question, though. And my concerns, because one, I don't want it misunderstood. I'm not arguing the merits of Judaism or Hebrew Israelitism or the laws of that. I mean, what you're espousing, what you're saying, I've heard the same thing. I grew up a Muslim. I heard the same thing with the Sharia. Everything you're saying, even all the way down to, I think the way they handle the non-Muslims in the Islamic government, they call them Wahhabi. I think that is probably even a little more sound than what you're saying. You're talking about this gleaning thing and things, I would even say, I think if I debated, I'd probably debate the Sharia, the Islamic law, against the law that you're espousing.
We wouldn't.
But as a black
It would be useless though. The reason I say it'd be useless is because Sharia law will always refer back to Torah. So continue.
Yeah. So but as a black nationalist, and you may have some truth to that. As a black nationalist, the problem I have with what you're saying is elitist. It's exclusive. It's if you're not. It's when you say a better system than America, and I know damn well America don't have the greatest system. But one of the things that it has over what you're saying is the illusion of inclusion. It says that you can be atheist, Muslim, Jew, Christian, anything, and still live here, participate. And we're speaking hypothetically, brothers and sisters.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But that's not what I'm saying about my system, though.
No, but Anon, what Yanga's saying is
what you're saying about your system. If I'm not a Hebrew, I don't get the benefit from your system. If I'm not a Hebrew, your system is not inclusive of all people.
I disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying? If like you're saying,
hear me out.
Would I want to be here if I don't believe as you? Or
right?
Okay,
right.
Explain to me how it's inclusive of all people.
Yeah. So, and that's why I told you. All you have to do then, from that perspective, is come use our economic model. Don't be out here disrespecting our God, and we can work and exchange commerce. Right? It's not elitism if I'm saying, okay, my government is here. If you don't want to deal with my government, bro, there are several other nations that you can choose to live in. But what I'm saying is eventually our system is going to permeate all of your nations. And so eventually you're not going to have a choice. Your delegates are going to tell you, go over there and talk to them black people over there in Dimona, Israel.
Didn't you say?
No, the reason is not
Israelite.
Yes, because that's our government. What don't you understand about what I'm saying? If you listen, Russia has a government. Listen,
okay, go ahead.
Listen, no, Russia has a government, right? America has a government. Switzerland has a government, right? We're gonna have our government. That's not saying. I mean, why are you even complaining if you're not? So, are you Russian? Are you Russian, Yanga? Do you want to go and be? Do you want to go to Russia and be a leader in Russia?
No.
So is that elitism? Is that elitism?
However,
no.
If I was forced to go to Russia or for whatever, if I wanted to go to Russia and I wasn't allowed to participate in the politics, it is exclusive. It is elitist.
No, I didn't say you're not. I didn't say you weren't allowed. I didn't say you weren't allowed to participate in the politics. That's not what we're saying.
I paid my dues of this. Like you said, though, where you guys get around it is you won't allow citizenship. Huh?
I mean, yeah, like, so here's the question, right?
Again. Damn, I'm losing.
So, can you hear me, Yanga? Yanga, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, bet. All right, so what I'm saying is this. Cool. What I'm saying is this. If you want to be a citizen, there are certain laws that you have to abide. That's in any country. That's not the so then let's talk to the political hierarchy thing, right? So yes. Even other Israelites understand.
That's
if we talking about
from belief, though, Anon.
Hold on, hear me out. So what we talking about is this. Even other Israelites realize, like, okay, when it comes to quote unquote king or whatever, right? There's only one tribe that a king is, that a king comes from. As it pertains to, I know my mic is good, right? I'm good, right? Blackson.
Yeah. I can hear both of y'all.
All right.
I can hear both.
So
of y'all. You there? Okay, go ahead.
So as it pertains to you actually, so you decide to come, you want to be a citizen there. Yeah, there's certain laws that you're gonna have to adhere to, right? And then by adhering to those laws, I mean you could be active in the community, but yeah, you're not gonna be no government official. Why? Because you're not us. Now, you can have children and they can marry in, and then they could be after a few generations. This is the ultimate. No, you got to prove yourself because everybody has come in and destroyed us. So what I'm saying is, yes, if you're a first generation, what we consider to be convert, you come into this, you start to learn of these ways, and you want to now be a citizen and live amongst us, practice our rules, practice our laws. It's going to be your kids that's going to benefit if you talk about having political clout and being able to come in and really make decisions like that. But the point that I'm making is you're looking at these systems as though
But
this is still you've never seen
that model fail though, A9.
You've never seen anyone practice this model. Who practiced this model?
We have. Listen, Rwanda. I'm about to tell you. Rwanda, when one group was excluded and another group wasn't allowed to participate. We see it in Israel. We see it with the illegal state of Israel. Listen, if you're not an Israeli, if you're not an Israeli Jew, you are prohibited from participating or certainly anytime that anytime the leadership is set up for a certain class of belief or ethnicity, it is a disadvantage for the masses of people. We look at Iran when Saddam Hussein. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you great.
We look at Iran when Saddam Hussein bombed the Kurds. Okay, when Saddam Hussein bombed the Kurds. Why? Saddam Hussein was a Sunni. They were Kurds. He was oppressive to the Shiite. Anytime you have a particular group that is in government and policy making to the exclusion of other people, you run the risk of suppression because all people don't have a voice or a say in their governing.
So I got my hand raised.
I
don't know why you.
My connection sucks.
No, I heard you great. I don't know why you keep saying that the citizens don't have a say. So let's say, for instance, and I can show you case study in the Bible, right? So I'm gonna try to give you some help so you can go look this up. There's the law about the daughters of Zelophehad, okay, in the Bible. So what happens is they made this rule that says, okay, the son inherits the land after the dad dies, right? But then the daughters come and they say, look, our dad died. There's no other boy to inherit our land. So what did they do? They immediately made an amendment and said, okay, well, here's the amendment. Yes, the daughter can inherit the land, but if she wants to keep the land, she has to marry a man from that tribe because the biggest thing is that inheritance of that land for that tribe. That way that tribe never loses their land. They never go into debt. They never have to pay anyone anything. See, that's the whole purpose. So that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of room for amendments. There's plenty of room for growth. There's not just, oh, we're the hierarchy, do this, because everybody knows the law. That's the beauty of it. Right? The Constitution is laid out for everybody. And if you see your king or your priest not actually following that, he's out. They're getting him up out of there. That's the actual rule. He's gonna have to go. He can't. There's no playing around in this government. This is not the state of Israel that you see right now, right? Because as the Bible says, I don't want to say nothing derogatory on y'all channel, so I'll be good. I'll leave that alone.
No, it's uncensored, baby. It's uncensored.
All right.
Shit, it's on the road.
So according to the Bible, those are the Gentiles that are trying down the land. So to try to say that their law actually looks like what we're talking about would be a falsehood. This is why Iran wants to bomb them into oblivion, because they know that the thing that they're doing over there is wrong. They know what they're practicing is wrong. You are a Muslim, so you understand that the whole Muslim thought process is not to fight judo, like true Judeo belief system, or what we would call indigenous Israelite culture. That's not the fight, right? The fight is what this Western civilization has done, what Western Christianity has done. That's the problem, right? And so when you look at what we're talking about going back to the ancient pre-exilic model, which people say is antiquated, but it travels very well, right? So what I mean by that, if we go from how we would have practiced it in 1446 BCE as to how we practice it now in 2022, it looks a lot more modern. It looks a lot better. So then our gleaning laws don't so much look like, oh, now you got to come pick this fruit up Now it looks like, okay, we have
Mm-hmm.
a whole system to where all the gleaning happens. We come through, we scoop it up, we take it to one place, and now everybody can eat there. Why is that important? Because now that's our community center. And so if you're here, obviously we need to get you some economic growth. So now you can come here, you can learn, you can get a trade, you can have your you can wash your body, you can put food on your in your stomach, you can put clothes on your back. This is what happened in Cordoba, Spain, right? They actually had universal health care, universal education. Homeless people could come and get everything they needed to start to raise their self up. That's what this system looks like, right? This system looks more of, I guess, what you would call some form of communism or communalism, with the exception of we do have a very strict hierarchy or government, which has to adhere to that Torah, meaning they can't come over here and mistreat the people. They can't, like, our kings are not allowed to make, you can't take all these people's land, you can't take all their horses, you can't just sit there and build up all the resources around yourself and then say I'm the chief. No, that's not how it works, right? That king actually has a mandate in the law that he has to follow, and you know what happened. You especially know, since you done followed all these other systems, you know what happened in this biblical system if them kings don't do it. They run them dudes right through.
So,
Mm-hmm. And
and
you're right.
go
And
ahead.
that's why I've always found that empowering the
Yeah.
people. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, I just want to say real quick, Domo, you can hit that link,
Go ahead,
man.
man.
Okay. No, I just said, Domo, you can hit that link. Domo, you can hit the link. Domo, hit the link. Scroll up. It's in the chat. Okay, go ahead. Let me interrupt.
So what
Yeah.
I'm saying, what I'm hearing is
Like I
you
said,
agree.
man.
What I'm hearing is you agree with about 80 to 90% of what I'm saying. You just don't like the
Listen, I
hierarchy
agree
part.
with
You don't like the governmental structure of it.
yeah.
You don't like the actual, right.
The government structure. I agree with the aspects of, just like, like I said, I'm an African socialist. So I know even in the Sharia there are aspects of socialism. I know in the model that you're running down, I hear the aspects of socialism, which religion covers. God is about the people, God is about uplifting the people, the edification of the people. So there's going to be aspects of socialism. I think one of my primary concerns, and I'm listening for, and like I said, my connection is so terrible, man. This is a wonderful fucking conversation. Well, I think
It
one of my
is. It
primary
is.
concerns, though, Anon, is like the reliance and dependent on God in that hierarchy structure. Like, who says what God says? Who says that this is the interpretation? And somewhat still, some of my concerns is what I still sense, like elitism. Like, I'm very concerned, and history has shown us, when a particular class of people, group of people, ethnicity of people take power and absolute control, they haven't been fair to the masses of people. Like I said, Rwanda, the Kurds in Iran, Yemen, the shit that's going on in Yemen now, especially places over there that flirt with theocracies. They haven't really taken the people into consideration, and I would say largely because of their interpretation of God. However, if you put the power in the people and allow the people to say, hey, these are some of the things that that we would like to address. These are some of our grievances, or some of the things we would like to see. I think that you have a better chance of running a more balanced government. My concern is that putting God, even though I'm a big proponent, believer of God, but putting that God piece center and making other people acquiesce, making other people say, hey, this is your primary power, and this is where we derive all the laws that govern men from. Blatantly saying that, I think that that's dangerous.
While I hear you, I think it's more dangerous putting it into the hands of people who have been devastated over the course of 2 millennium. And what I mean
Yes.
by that
Yeah.
is what I mean by that is we are an infected people, right? We are infected with a bunch of hate, anger, lust, all of these lack of self-control issues. Now I hear you that absolute power does corrupt, absolutely, right? There's no question about that. That's why this system is not that. It's not that. There's a series of checks and balances that happen in our system. And I'll gladly bring them out in the debate. But there's a whole series of checks and balances. For instance, that priest is going to be on that king neck. But then also that king going to also be at that priest like, oh, don't care what you say, this is what we got to do too, right? And it's not one of those things where it's going to be an argument
Mm-hmm.
because you immediately go to the book. The book tells you nobody's of private interpretation, right? So what we do now, then that's why we work as a group, as a whole, what we call Knesset, right? The Knesset is a Sanhedrin. It's not just one person handling things. So on a day-to-day basis, you're going to pick your leaders. The Bible tells you this. So when Moses and them is coming out of the Exodus, Jethro was getting at Moses. He's like, listen, bro, you're going to die trying to handle all this yourself. Don't just go do it. Go find the people who are the most suited and qualified in the community. And then what we see happening in the New Testament, they take it one step further and they tell them, instead of you going to pick them, let them go pick. Let them go pick the people who are the most fair, the most judicial people around there, and let them deal with the day-to-day. We call them sardine, right? You're an officer or a captain over 5, 10, 100, and even 1,000, right? Those are that's the
So that's a
hierarchy.
democracy, actually.
I mean, that I'm trying not to use those words because I don't like them, but yes, you know what I'm saying, like, because like Blackson said, this is a theocracy, which I'm never going to get away from saying. Yes, we still trust in our power, we still trust in our deity, and we'll never shy away from that, right? I'm never going to run away because I seen what it did to me. It took me from being a common whoremonger, criminal out in these streets to now I own businesses and I'm changing people's lives. And you know, I'm not perfect, but you know, I could probably stop yelling at people all the time. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty chill. So
yeah.
but I'm never
But
gonna lose that passion either, though, right? Because I'm here.
Mhm.
I know that these people want to kill me for the stuff that I'm doing, right? I know what it is. So I'm never gonna run inside and say, oh no, like most high willing, I make it through this, right? That's all I'm saying. Like I have no more time for games. That's why I want to have this conversation, because normally I wouldn't even do this, but this information needs to come out because there is a lack of knowledge of really how the Bible is supposed to work, because it's been so pissed on by this Western
Absolutely.
civilization.
well,
Absolutely.
Anon, I got a question
That's
for
why,
you.
I want to
Oh,
say
go ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick. That's why, Anon, like I said, though it was a rocky start, I'm glad you came on here. This is what this panel is for. You know what I'm saying? It's for people. We invite all ideas, philosophies, ideologies. We just say, hey, come open, be willing to answer some questions. It may get heated because we're all passionate about what we believe and what we want to
Man,
see
bro,
right for Black people. So we don't mind the passion. We definitely don't
y'all
mind the
know what I'm
passion. But
about,
I
bro. I'm
honestly
always gonna
appreciate
pull
you
up.
coming and
You
explaining.
know I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah. Hell
I ain't
yeah.
worried about
I'm glad you fucking did, because this shit needs to be explained, like you said so adequately. I don't know. You've had people explain this shit. I'm still not convinced. You still haven't fully convinced me. I hear some of the merit in what you're saying, and I don't want to be mistaken that I'm attacking the belief of the Hebrew Israelites, or that there isn't merit and growth for the human being in their philosophy. I just question and challenge that as a general philosophy for the masses of melanated people, especially here in America, as a Black nationalist. I think a lot of it is incumbent upon and dependent upon their belief in God. And I don't hear really a difference between what the Christians proselytize, what the Muslims, the Hindus. Everybody says, yo, if you give your life to God, your life will be better. But when we talk about
That's
everyday
not what
actions,
Israelites teach. I'm gonna be honest. That's not what we teach. We
well,
actually teach just the
okay.
opposite. We teach while we're in captivity, as soon as you give yourself to this, your life is gonna be hell. That's what the Bible tells you. The Bible tells you as soon as you decide to buck this system and you want to change, they're gonna want to kill you. Your family, your
Your
friends, the
family.
government, everybody's going to be
Mhm.
against it. And that's why you got to be strong enough to stand firm, not cuss everybody out, and say, listen, I know it feels rough. Give me 3 years. And if you live this way for 3 years, this is what the white man tell everybody right now. If you work hard for 2 or 3 years, you'll live like nobody else. Nonsense, because you're still in debt. But in this
Mhm.
system, if you really do transform your mind to where you can hold it down for 2 to 3 years, now you really can live like nobody else. I can show you the people traveling Africa right now that are Israelites that are doing this. I can show you Damona, Israel, who went from nothing to now 3,000 people strong with a whole economic system where they practice group economics right there in the heart of what you know to be right there in Jerusalem. What else they fighting against, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
know
Mm-hmm.
we got 50 years.
Who
We
is
got
she with? Ben Israel? Is that Ben Israel's people out of Chicago?
yeah, exactly. Ben I mean
Yeah,
people.
Ben.
Exactly.
I know, brother. Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Ben. I
right.
mean, yeah, I know, brother. I know
Yeah,
Ben. I mean people.
yeah.
Yeah,
And let me be
yeah,
respectful. You know what I'm saying? Sorry or
yeah.
sorry.
Definitely, definitely.
Ben I
Respect out.
mean. Sorry, Ben I
Shouts
mean.
out to
Sorry, Ben
Soul
I mean.
Veg. Some of my favorite patties out there too. Yeah,
That's
shouts out
what's
to
up.
Soul Vegetarian too. Some of my favorite patties
That's
out
what's
there.
up. That's what's up. That's what's up,
Big
right?
time.
That's what's
No,
up.
that's yeah. No, that's what. So we do know. Yeah, I have seen it work. Ben, I mean, is a big, like I said, in big respect as a black nationalist. I love all progressive black people that have shaken the fucking world, that puts this devil on notice. Ben, I mean, has been one of them. There again, shouts out Soul Veg and my Hebrew Israelites out in Atlanta that I kick it with. Um, you know, we'd have to, but you know what I say though, a system, and I hate to be come off like the devil's advocate, like a champion for the American system, but for the sake of conversation, and this is the Arena Uncensored, y'all know how we do.
Right.
Um, but I will say for this system, and we're talking illusions here, you guys. You know, this is Yanga. I don't actually believe this shit. But this system gives the illusion that even if you don't believe in God, and like you said, Anon, if you work hard for a certain time or obey the laws, that despite your personal belief, you should have an opportunity at a life of prosperity. You know what I'm saying? What I'm hearing is, and I guess I go back to that initial question: will I be guaranteed that? Um, Damn, I don't know. You answered that though. If
Yeah,
you asked
I
the
did.
question, if I didn't believe as you, why would I want to be around you guys? But you never answered my question. Would I be forced to leave the land? Maybe you have did, but would I be forced to leave a land you guys occupied? Or are you saying that the sovereignty just only goes for your plot of land in
Yeah,
larger lands?
that's what I'm saying.
I
Right,
help me
right.
explain.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
okay.
Especially now, maybe 500 years from now, maybe that land grows as people decide that they want to cleave and sojourn with us. It has nothing to do with conquering them, right? And when I say that, what I mean by this is I'm gonna beat these systems up with my words, right? That's where we at this point. And I know that sounds funny, it sounds crazy, right? Now that doesn't mean that I'm not finna walk lightly and carry a big stick, if you see what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it's not always about bull in a china shop. We got to change the mind of the people first before we start to talk about any all of this. That's what Israelites have been doing now for the last 5 decades. Really, it's changing the mindset of our people to understand. I don't care who you think God is. God is not a genie. You're not finna rub on a lamp and then just go over here and take over people's land. Nah, then they gonna come spit you out and come kill you, right? So the goal now is to, and that's why it's important to go to those. That's what the Bible tells you. Go to the poor, go to those that are in jail. Go. That's where your people are. And what we find now is, by and large, we're finding genetic connection, haplogroup and DNA wise, through going through these people. Go to the poor. Go to those that have been mistreated, because you're going to find then these people want to work. These people want a system. These people want to get out of something that is predatory. So will you have the ability to? So let's say we got a small community in Nigeria, and you live in Nigeria. You're asking, are you forced to leave Nigeria for there? Of course not. What do you mean? How can I come in there and tell you got to leave Nigeria? That's stupid. This is asinine, right? The goal is to exchange commerce, and then hopefully in doing so, if I carry myself correctly, you will say, man, I don't know what it is about these fools, but we need to come figure out what they're doing. That's the whole concept of you willingly. So Isaiah 60 talks about the nations willingly being drawn to the light of our rising, willingly coming and saying, I want to know what it is you're doing because you've transformed the world. That's the goal. It has nothing to do with conquering.
Now, Anon, I got a question for you. Now, you said that you talk about us being mentally infected, and I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying word for word that you said this,
We
but
good.
I did hear with the part when you said, you know, you're going to have your daughter become a lawyer and she's going to do this and that. Great things. And with those great things come great influence. And so now you're injecting that virus back into her because a lot of that brings about crony capitalism. If she's making the money, the wages of a lawyer, I mean, what does your village have to offer her to match her wages? So now
First
they're
off,
going to
I ain't
pull your
say
daughter
nothing.
back into capitalism.
If I said anything about making my daughter a lawyer, no, then I was speaking hypothetically. I don't remember saying
Oh,
that. But
okay, okay.
my thing is this though. We're gonna need our people in all these areas of people activity to
Mm-hmm.
actually counteract capitalism. So if my daughter was a lawyer, if my daughter was a doctor, now let's work together to make sure that she goes to school and not have to pay all of the, $100,000 to get a great education or $200,000 to get a great education, right? Now, if we want to build private schools for some of us, we can. I don't have like the Bible is clear; you can do that, right? But then there's also there's also a great public education that you can get, and so in doing so, now that's one of the things that creates the capitalism is the debt, right? So I spent $200,000 to become a doctor. You doggone right. I'm finna charge you such and such and such and such, right? That's not this. This is not that system,
Right,
right? This is not that. That's not what we're saying. We're saying we're gonna create our schools, right? This is what they created in
right.
Demona, right? The school of the prophets. They've created this already. This is one of the things they speak. So now we piece up, we get bigger, we get larger. Now we can have medical programs. Now we can have legal programs. Now we can start to have political science conversations from a biblical perspective, right? And when I say from a biblical perspective, I'm talking about from the Eastern concept of actually doing this correctly. So it has nothing to do with, and that's why I said debt is the seed of death, bro. That's why that mortgage is called a death note. Like you gotta
No,
stay
no,
away
I,
from
I,
all this debt.
I agree with you. As a man, I agree with what you're saying. And I don't disagree with the concept. I'm just saying that you've addressed this, Anon. You said at the end of the day, you're going to have to fight with your wife and your kids because
Right,
they are the greatest.
right,
They are the greatest foundation of
right,
supply and demand, and
right.
that's the damn straight up truth.
I
Because what
agree.
you know, what you're saying, it sounds like men are going to have to get their hands dirty in the dirt. Okay, now you talk
100.
about protection against women. Some women out here think working is a violation to their being.
Mm-hmm.
Like protect them against the work. But no, I mean, if you're building this nation, we need all hands on deck.
Hold
There's
on, but
nations that
hold
only
on,
have
hold
all
on.
hands on deck. And what I'm saying,
I
sorry, say
love,
what?
I love a woman. I love a woman that's if she's saying that she wants to actually be effective and raise the family. Right? It's not, oh, I'm not working and I'm not doing nothing. Cool. I don't want you to have to work either. Right? So I should be able to go out and earn
But
enough money where
and
you
now what I'm
don't have to
saying,
work,
but I'm
and now
saying that
you
the
can help
system.
raise this family.
But what I'm saying, the system that you offer, the world system, it doesn't balance out. The supply and demand of your wife and her not working, and the supply of her demand does not equal out. That's well, you know, I'm not saying that her personally. I'm just saying on average, the black woman's supply and demand, the children supply and demand does not equal them not working, and then you know what I'm saying that puts more pressure on you. It's
But
just
notice though,
it's not balancing out.
what I what
It's
I
not
talked
balancing
about
out.
is what I talked about is Proverbs 31. You remember me saying Proverbs 31?
Right.
Do you can I read it? Can I you want me to read it for you? You want me to
Go
paraphrase
ahead.
it for you?
No, no. I mean, either way, whatever makes you comfortable, brother.
I ain't
Because
trying to
your
be no.
fight's not with me. Your fight is with the damn women and children, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
And what well, I guess I think it's funny that you think you're telling me something when I live this life. I know what my fight is.
Right.
Right? Yeah, I
Okay.
know what
Okay.
my fight is.
Well, you know, and it's not only that I'm telling you. I'm telling people just in general. In
Yeah,
general, I mean, men, we know this as men. But what I'm saying is that
right.
that system, this system, like Yanga said, gives the illusion to our wife of what womanhood is, to our children what their good life is supposed to be, and your nation has to match that, or your people gonna turn against you. It ain't gonna be black son. It's gonna be your
Well,
people.
okay, so let's talk about a few things. Number one, my
Okay.
nation ain't gonna turn against me because my nation is gonna understand either you in it or you not. And if you not, ain't no harm, no
Okay.
foul. I'm not mad at you. If this ain't for you, it's not for you. That's not gonna stop what I'm doing, right? So,
Okay.
so that's number one. There's gonna be a lot of people, men, women, children, that die trying to cleave to this wicked system.
Right.
Understand that, right? That's just what it is. I can't. That's like war.
But
It's
it's gonna
attrition. right? So, but here's what is happening. Let me tell you this from boots on the ground, this actual case study. Here, what is happening. People are now starting to wake up and see that this world, this actual society is an illusion. We're getting more. We're supposedly the fastest growing religion in North America right now, right? This is what got these churches all in an uproar because we have presented something to our sisters that changes their ideology. And what we have presented is righteousness. So here's what I mean, right? My wife is a boss, right? My wife is not trying to hear, don't work, don't do this, don't do that, right?
Right.
But the thing that she is 100% on board for is, wait a minute. So you got a plan to get us completely out of debt. And then once we get out of debt, if I want to run my business, I can. But if I don't want to, you need me to really raise the family. Right. Oh man, that's these women love that conversation because that's real life, right? If you want to have a real estate business, a clothing business, whatever it is you want to do as a woman, there's that's the system provides for that. The system actually applauds that, right? Because then you can get maid servants, right? Now we providing jobs for other people who may be way less fortunate. So now they can handle the day-to-day situations in the house. So when you get off, you just come home, you get finished with your business, you come home, you spend time with your children, you spend time with your family. And then you spend time with the quote unquote help, and everybody's one big happy family, laughing and playing and doing their job, playing their role. Now, I readily admit that this spits in the face of what we see right now. It doesn't look like you get all the goodies you want and all of that, but what you will do
Right.
eventually is get all those goodies debt free, right? So now if I want a jet ski, let's work to get the jet ski. Now we got the jet ski. If we want a new plot of land, let's work to get the land. Now we own the land, right?
But Anon, you're talking about the position that you and your wife are in right now is because of American capitalism. So you're talking about everybody walking
I
in the
disagree.
wilderness
I
with this Bible.
disagree.
Okay, okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
We're in our position because we've rejected the capitalist model, meaning we're
Right,
starting to reject the concept of, or we have rejected the concept of um, completely, going into debt, or even if we do have to leverage debt, then we immediately have a way of paying it off, right? So and
right,
so what I'm saying is, and here's the dopest part about it, even though let's say we do this and my wife don't work, right? Let's say she don't work at all, and so yeah, we
right.
only got maybe one income, but that one income, we even laughed, we was like, I do pretty decent because I'm a working man like you. So my one income without having any debt does more for us with three incomes if we have a massive amount of debt. You see what I'm saying?
No, I see exactly what you're saying, and I agree with that. That's the way I was raised. So I hear what you're saying 100%. Yeah, Anon. So we're not going to have no disagreement on the economical structure. I feel
You
you on
just
that.
hate God. I got you.
No, 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 no. No, going into the
I
wilderness blindly is what I'm against. Because
Oh,
Yanga will tell you.
yeah.
Yanga, hold on, Anon. Let me. All jokes aside, Yanga will give you a list of Hebrew homies that know where I stand, but we down. They say if anything goes down, Black Sun is. I mean, with survivalist
Because you
skills,
were because
everything.
you were sojourner, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna tell you my thought process. I overplan. I ain't walking into nobody wilderness blind, right?
I got you.
I'm building connections outside of this place. So here's my concept of this wilderness concept. We in the wilderness of the people right now, right? If you believe really that you're an Israelite, you've been stripped and sent so far away from home that the only thing this can be is the wilderness. Anything out of this, now we walking back home in the family. We walking back home to people who are saying, welcome home. We may not have as much as they did in America, but what we got is ours. And we all work together to build it up and make sure that it stays clean and safe and healthy, right? I'll trade this for that 7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
I mean, Anon, you. I don't know if I'm breaking
I
up or not. Um, you're talking to a survivalist. Like there's people that
I
talk
can
about it, and there's people
listen.
that do it.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Yanga. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I listen.
And
I've been listening when I can. I keep coming in and out, man. Like I said, my connection is up. you know. But I'd still like to hear more about the governmental structure and the economics. I heard about how you guys take care of the poor with the gleaning, and like you said, that as we modernitize, then the system would automatically become modern. But I'd like to hear more about the economic system and the governing. And if and the issue, the challenge that you challenged me, do you have a working model of that? Like I said, historically, we've
Just
seen where
told you, yes,
monarchies or
yes.
theocracies haven't worked.
Yeah, I told you,
It,
Cordoba, Spain.
and that's so you're saying that what you tell me about.
Just go look at something
Okay,
like Cordoba,
okay,
Spain, and that'll start to give you a foundational explanation. I mean, because we would obviously tweak some of those things. There's certain things I didn't like. I don't like the fact that
right,
they
right.
didn't build up a protective force. That's one of the things I didn't like. But anyway, you can go look at something like that and start to learn and see what that looks like, and that would be, you know, a decent representation of what I'm talking about. Shout out to my
Well,
brother
and
Orthodox
Okay,
Moore for putting me on
okay.
that.
well,
Shouts
ain't I?
out. Listen,
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah.
go ahead, son.
No, go ahead, Yanga. No, I was just gonna tell Anon, you know, what he's saying sounds good, and we've had. You don't even have to go to all these other places. You can just come here in America in our past history, as far as like Rosewood,
Still
Black
not the
Wall
same.
Street. I
It's
mean,
not the same.
no, no, no,
It's
no,
not the
no.
same.
Okay,
Definitely not.
it's not the
Yeah.
same. But
Not the same.
hold on. Now I gotta address both of you brothers now when I say this. What I'm saying is that you got black people in these past cities that have mastered capitalism better than the white man. In fact, we were flourishing during the Great Depression. A lot of people don't know that. And that's why they turned on these black cities, because you made a good point, because they didn't have the defenses. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now we're talking about defenses when the Black Panther Party come along, when the Khalid Muhammad and Malcolm X come along. Now we're talking about that. But if we had that in place, maybe it'd have been a different thing. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that we have people, and it sounds like you and your wife, Anon, have mastered capitalism to the T.
Nah,
That's, you know,
nah,
no,
nah.
no.
I
You
would
talking
say
about debt free and all
Yeah, I
that?
didn't get that either.
this what I
You,
yeah, no, that's not
oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay,
No, that's
okay,
not what I'm saying at
okay.
all. That's not what
I
I'm
don't know
saying
if
at all.
that is that mastering capitalism. Is that
I think that's
mastering
rejecting.
capitalism
I think
or
that's
escaping the
rejecting
clutches of
capitalism.
it?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
well,
say
Exactly.
okay,
that's
then
rejecting.
Exactly.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
yeah.
That is a clutch. That is a
Right,
shackle of
right,
capitalism. When you begin to
right,
get out of that shit, you can kind of see
right,
different. You realize that you don't have to participate as much as they
right,
try to trick us
right.
Right.
into
The
thinking we have to
pressure, the
participate in
pressure is
capitalism.
different.
Yeah.
So here's what
And as a
happened when you out
man,
of debt.
I get
Yeah.
it.
Here's
Yeah.
here's what happened when when you're really out of debt. And this is why I love Africa. There's no property taxes. I go buy something in Africa, that's my joint. Only thing in Ghana, you pay a little tax on your business. If you got a business, I think it's like 50, $60 a year. It's something, you know, amazingly small. But other than that, all these places I'm looking at, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not seeing property taxes in these places. That's an amazing thing, which means once I own this, I own this. Nobody's gonna come take this. Well, I mean, if you go
Right.
to war with somebody, but the reason why I say that this is a completely different system from Rosewood, Black Wall Street, and all of the other, I mean, it's probably 20 of them we could start throwing rocks at, right?
Right.
No disrespect to them, right? Because I
Right.
think these were
Right.
all amazing, amazing feats, especially for the
They
time
were.
period.
They were right
But
during the depression. Right. Agree. Yeah.
but there, but what they missed was that theocracy part. And hear me out, right? The morality or the moral
Oh.
conviction that comes, the moral conviction that comes from those that really operate in the system that I'm talking about, won't allow for some of the things to happen. I.e., why was that little boy even over there shoe shining? You see what I'm saying? When we go back to Black Wall Street, why would he even have to be interacting with them devils? And that's the point that I'm making. When you really do this correctly, and that's what I'm telling you, Yanga, it's not about elitism. It's about, if we're being honest, these people want to kill us. It's about
Mm-hmm.
avoiding any form of colonization
Yeah.
and war with those who want to see you die. So what should have really happened is saying, we these people over here, y'all them people over there, leave us alone, we leave you alone. If it look like you even coming here, we're gonna knock you down. That's it, right? Because we know that they had guns,
I
because
agree
that's
with that. I agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
Right.
right.
I
That's
agree
what
with
this
that
teaches, and
sentiment.
that's why people don't like
Like I
Israelite.
said, though, I don't.
But that's why people don't like Israelites, because they say we being racist. No, I'm telling you who the Bible say the people are. I'm not telling you that you can't sojourn, but I'm saying if you are, you got to keep this law. That's how I know you're not finna come in here and try to kill us. That's how I know that you understand the way you need to operate.
Okay. Listen, like I said, yeah, I hear what you're saying. My thing is, here's my question: that can you be moral and ethical without being religious? Can I be a moral, ethical person without being a Muslim or a Hebrew or a Christian, without adhering to some religion and trying to implement tenets of that religion into governmental policies? I mean, there was at one point in time, and maybe I'm being romantic, a little bit nostalgic here, but when back in the day, we were moral, ethical people because it was a part of our culture. I don't know, I'm a little bit older than you guys, not you, son.
When you say back in the day,
but
what time period you talking about?
Yeah.
What time period, Yanga?
I'm talking,
when you say back in the day.
I'm 50. I'm talking 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Shit, 1900s, shit, 20 years ago. 1990s. Because
no, Yanga, no. Crack.
Man,
no, bro, crack and all that had devastated us. At least take it back to the 50s. What you doing, bro? You gotta take that back to the 50s.
I'll take it back. I'll take it back to the 70s. I will give you that. Crack began to erode the morals and ethics.
Crack
but there was
killed
still
us, bro.
Some amongst us that absolutely, but it killed more. You're probably in your 30s.
So I'm 42. Most I will not be 42 at the end of the year.
Okay.
I saw it. Yeah, I lived it.
Okay. So you probably saw. Okay. So you probably saw more of the. You probably saw more of the corpse than the actual murder scene. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time before we. Really
I saw it all. I lived in Richmond, bro. I lived in Richmond, California. California. Right. I saw it all. The good, bad, the ugly.
So I would even say to the 70s, and especially you being out in Cali, there was a time that we possessed morals and ethics. And why I say especially in Cali, where you had, because like I'm up in Cleveland and stuff, where you have other racial or ethnic enclaves, the seriousness of really representing your race in everything, in character and conduct and fighting and racing and writing and reading and everything. And this is what I'm saying. And I don't think that it was attached to any religiosity. I'll give you that. Crack devastated us. Maybe I was a little late in the era, but at one point in time, we were moral, ethic people, not attached to religion. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you great. And I definitely have a response to this. Okay. Go ahead. We hear you. Keep going. We hear you great.
That was it. That was
okay. So my response is,
I believe that we were more ethical without religion.
My response would be, that's for you to decide in terms of the answer to your question of, can you be moral devoid of religion? I would say looking at everything in the past, I'm going to say no. But it's also going to depend on what your definition of religion is, right? So this is what we're taught. In the book of James, we're told if a man is able to bridle his tongue, he's able to control his whole body. And that's basically, and I'm paraphrasing now, that's the definition of a pure, undefiled religion, right? Here's why I think you need something to shape those morals, because there has to be a conviction that's going to say, when things get rough, I'm not going to abandon it. I'm going to hold firm. That's the reason I think you need, at least, doesn't have to be the Bible. Like I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm telling you, I think this is the best thing that we have. I've studied it all from the Vedas to this, right? I'm saying I think this is the best because it does make allowances for me to talk to anybody. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist, whatever, Buddhist. I can have a conversation with whomever, and I'm not dogmatic about it, right? The problem is even when you go back to the 1900s, 1920s, 1940s, 1950s, we compromised because we didn't have that conviction, whatever that conviction was, right? We didn't have it. And that's the difference. We need something that's going to be like a hook in our jaw that's going to say, no, I'm not going to violate this. I'm not finna leave, like, in the military, they give you battle buddies. I'm not finna leave my battle buddy, right? If I'm doing room clearing, I know he's going left, I'm going right. He go right, I go left. Anything move, we knocking it down, right? If you not with us, then you against us. That's what the religion brings, right? And people are afraid of that ideology because that's what says you will no longer kill us. You're not allowed to kill us anymore. You're not allowed to do your experiments on us anymore. You're not allowed to over sexualize our children. You're not allowed to make us feel bad for wanting to be nationalists and wanting to unify. That's not racism. That's us protecting ourselves from your predatory system that you've created. That's what the Bible teaches. And then once we do that, now you can go to any nation and say, listen, this is what we built. We trying to show y'all how to build it because you got a bunch of poor people over here that's crying out to us, trying to get y'all to fix it. Y'all need to fix it, right? That's the concept of it. And I'm telling y'all gonna find out a lot of y'all is Israelites, right? That's what you're gonna find out. The more work, right? That's what's really gonna piss a whole bunch of people off, right? When you find out, like, damn, I really might have some connection to this little black ass boy. Right.
Yeah, but then finding out that we're Israelites, then you're gonna have the issue and problem of people deciding who the leader is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a concept or a moral code or system of what their leadership should look like, and we're not gonna all be on one accord and agree with that. So
I disagree.
Right
I disagree.
Okay, let's hear it.
I love this because I get to educate, and I'm not trying to be arrogant, so please don't take it the wrong way. You have not studied our community.
Arena, baby.
No, we didn't take
You haven't. Y'all ain't studied. Y'all have not studied our community, right? We have leadership boards. We have elders. Bro, I got elders on my neck. Like, look, bro, you need to calm down. You need to do this. You need to do that. And you know what I do? I respect them because of my culture, right? My culture says I have to respect my elders. I have to stop and listen to what they're saying, right? I had a situation where we were adjudicating something for a family. And my elder put his foot on my neck like, bro, if you mess this up, go back and think about that. Make sure you do this thing right. Right? That's what this is about. Like, there is an elder board. Why do you think I can coexist with a Tazariot? Because there are a few things that we may disagree on. I can exist.
Whoa. I gotta stop you right there, Anon. I gotta stop you right there. Tazariot believes in enslaving people.
And that's why I said there are some things that we disagree with.
Okay. All right. But there's a lot of Hebrews.
You know what? We're going to have you. We're going to have. Go ahead, Blackson. I'm sorry, brother.
No, go ahead. You ain't going. No, go ahead.
No, I was saying, and my connection isn't good, and I have to do some running. We're going to have Anon back because I have some questions about that. What is the freaking difference, man? Between, like, I was downtown Atlanta one time. Like, I know that his people. I go to Sovage again, shouts out. But, and I don't know this particular other group, but you go up the street or block, and there's another group cussing every fucking body out. You said some things, a custom to hearing, I think they were Hebrew Israelites say. One of the things you said was Africa. I thought you guys hated Africa. So
not all of it.
I can't wait to have you back on because I don't. Okay, and that's why I said I don't want to do too much. I'm gonna look at that Kutubah, and thank you for putting me up on that. And I want to have you back on so we can discuss it. I'm not as familiar as I'd like to believe I was on your particular understanding of Hebrew Israelite. The way you're breaking it down, I hear the merits. I still have questions. I'm gonna have to go look some stuff up to satisfy some of the questions I have, and maybe have some more thorough, in-depth questions for you. But the shit,
Go ahead, let me say this. First off, respect to Captain Tazaria, right? Shout out to that cap. Shout out to that brother, right? I don't ever want y'all to think we on here causing separation. That's my brother. I literally I had a, well, I ain't even gonna talk about it, but that's an amazing brother, right? Now, when we talk about slavery, right? The reason I say we see it differently is not because I don't think that there is a hierarchy. So, for instance, the Bible is clear that those that led into captivity will go into captivity, right? But here's how it's going to look. It's not going to look like, oh, well, I ain't gonna go there neither. The way that it works, though, is we talking about more of how we are right now. Like, we're going to be the lenders and the borrowers. We're going to be the people that are running the major corporations. So now all of these racist cats and all these cats that was doing too much, they are now working in these factories and in these jobs for minimum wage. And sometimes they will be last hired, first fired, not because we're being racist, but because we want to put more morally adept, more intelligent, more people who are going to come and really build the system up, right? That's just going to be how it works. So for instance, if I'm hiring somebody and me and Black Son got a great relationship, I know that he can do the job. He's been doing it for 20 years. And then maybe somebody come in, they did it for 21. I might lean towards Black Son. We're just going to keep it a buck, right? That's not racism. That's just, it might be nepotism. I'll be honest with that. It's nepotism, right? It is nepotism. And I'm not going to ever front and be ashamed of nepotism. That's what got us in trouble. I'm supposed to take care of my brother before I take care of people who want to kill me. So yes, I'm gonna practice nepotism. You doggone right. You a black man, you trying to raise your family, you ain't trying to kill us. And this person he got a history of people who want to kill us. Yeah, come on with us, bro. Like, you get the job. That's common sense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that sounds more like black nationalism than Hebrew Israelite.
Well, no, Hebrew Israelism began as black nationalism. This is what Ben Amin is like. This is. Am I wrong, Yanga?
No, hold on. I got it.
Okay, what about Ben Amin is a big nationalist, big black nationalist.
These people began as black nationalists, bro. I'm just what we've morphed into. You know what I'm saying? We morphed into a little, but at our core, we still are. At our core, we still are black nationalists.
Yeah, still are. I give Ben. I mean, like I said, you know, I follow the Honorable Ben. I mean, all the way back from his little group in Chicago. I've always been impressed with what they did, the obstacles they had. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, but the obstacles they had to fight from them Caucasian Jews and shit. Hell yeah. I mean, you gotta respect that shit. You gotta, if you're a black nationalist, and like I said, I love all of us who have fought for the advancement of black people. Shouts out to Gideon a bit. I ain't gonna keep shouting them people out, man, but I just really have a profound respect for the move they did all the way from Chicago. I mean, some homie from Chicago, you know, that's some big shit.
Right. And I'm gonna add this. Like, I'm gonna start showing y'all all of these videos because, you know, some of us, you get blocked out of algorithms and you get these shadow bans. So there's certain channels that y'all aren't watching of what's going on over there. It's a good brother named Go Black to Africa. I don't know if y'all know Go Black. Go check out Go Black to Africa, right? He has an amazing piece that he does on Demona, right? A few pieces that he actually does on Demona, right? And he calls it the new Black Wall Street. He actually called it that in the video. Because when you go there and see, like you said, what they've been able to overcome and what they are continuing to do, it is a model that we can take. This model travels. You can take that model and now set it up anywhere. So that's why I say sovereignty is a state of mind at this point, right? Your ability to go into a place and build relationships rather than go in and conquer is what creates your ability to be sovereign anywhere. I should be able to, like right now, right? Yeah, I came in rah because we was at it, we men. But there's also the understanding of, like, this brother is an asset. Let's have this conversation. Right? That's what this is about.
Well, and that's why I said, you know, the plan that you presented, me and Yanga, we understand it, but I'm gonna tell you, because, you know, as a working man, I get the building part. We gotta get our hands dirty, this and that, build. But a lot of people, when they hear the Bible, and I'm just gonna keep it 100, they think of this utopia. They ain't gotta work no more. Life is grand. People are gonna bring you coconut pina coladas, and life is grand. Like, but you just said, you know,
I work harder now. I work harder now than I ever have in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was passed out yesterday from exhaustion. My wife bringing me these liquid IVs and all of this stuff, right? So here's the thing, bro. Freedom ain't free, and it's not for everybody. That's the only way I know how to put it to you. I'm not gonna beg somebody to get free. I'm gonna present the people with the options. And I'm gonna take my little group, and we're gonna go on our walkabout and be free.
That's right.
But
I'm not here to beg to get free, bro. That's not what this is.
Okay.
And
I'm not.
Go ahead.
Well, no. As a man, I'm not arguing with you, ain't I? What I'm saying is that I gotta convince my own women who lets this system define their womanhood about going into the wilderness. And I'm not, you know what? I don't like to use that term, going into the wilderness. Just build a nation. build a nation. You know what I'm saying? But again, you got black women, you got children, you got some black men that follow in black women that they have this mindset that they don't want to put the work in. Like you said, some people are gonna die. Some people got to put the work in. You mentioned all these things that a lot of groups besides yourself and Cesaria haven't mentioned. Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
No, and I'm just put this little piece in. I'll be silent because it looks like I see what you're saying on that. I see what Anon's saying as coming from a religious background. Certain beliefs teach laziness is a sin. So what he's saying is the people that are over there with him will already know what it entails. They're not going to come over there looking not to work because that's a part of, like it tells in the Quran. It says when you finish one task, rush lively to the next task. Don't leave idle mind. You know, the idle mind's the devil's play shop, that type of thing. So don't leave idleness. So it teaches constant work. So I see where he's coming from on that. And I think, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, I think what he was saying that the people who participate in this experiment will all have agreed, like you saying it was voluntary, would all have agreed that work and hard work is a part of what it's going to take.
Yanga, I agree with you and Anon on the working mindset. Now, I don't need religion for that. Okay, I was brought up. You don't work. You don't eat. I don't need a Bible or the Quran to teach me that. Right. It's just that simple. So I respect the working aspect, the nation aspect. I mean, we black nationalists, but you know, again. Capitalism, we see the tricks that they do. They do the 3-card money on, and I hate to say the weakest.
Bait and switch. I mean, they do on the weakest though, and it's true. That's why I got these tats on my body that say only the strong survive. But let me just say this last piece though. The part about the home part, right? The fighting in the home, when I say fight, I don't mean like arguing. It's an ideology. It's an ideological shift, right?
It is, right.
I've been at this almost a decade now, right? Just in terms of coming out of that and coming into this walk, this thing of ours called, being an Israelite. And it took 9 to get my wife into a space where we can even talk like this. So I'm not sitting here telling you it's hard. I'm not sitting here telling you it's easy. I'm also telling you it's not impossible. And especially now, so, I know a bunch of brothers that are in this walk. And now they have children that are in this walk. So now that second generation is not as hard. And then the third generation is not as hard. And then that fourth generation is solidified. And the Bible speaks to this. This is why I laugh when people say there's no science in the Bible. The Bible teaches epigenetics, right? So when the Bible tells you if you do this, you'll be good to the third, you can be punished to the third and fourth generation. That's because it's going to take 4 years to breed all of that nastiness that you allowed to come into your family. You allow adultery and all of that to come into your family, that stuff is in your bloodstream now. Your histones have now made sure your cells have now released a certain chemical response to stress. So if I'm a smoker, that's in my genes. So now when my kids stress, they're going to want to smoke. If I was a fornicator, right? These things have all types of chemical releases that go into your body. But once you start to eliminate that, you get to the third or fourth generation. Now that fourth generation, they solid. And if they hold on to it, they could do it for thousands of generations because now their DNA is expressing differently. That's what this is about, right? Creating an environment, because epi is above, genetics is your DNA. So the environment around you, how does it affect how your genes respond to stimuli? That's the beauty of Torah. That's the beauty of Torah. It literally, without changing your genome, changes your gene expression. I wish y'all could see how I'm walking.
Anon, you delving into science. You make me want to goddamn do a nutritional debate with you now. Because you know that food plays a big part in that too. But you know what? I'm going to let you have that.
Okay, so let's deal with this. So
I'm itching to do a nutritional debate with you. But I'm you know what?
I mean, but I would give it to you because I know your belief system, right? I know your belief system. You vegan or vegetarian? Which one is it?
Vegan.
Right. So, and I'm not against these. I mean, that's what they have at Demona, right? Vegan ice cream, vegan this, vegan that. Like Yanga was talking about, right? So I'm not against being vegan. I'm just telling you, we are gonna do our lamb sacrifice when we do them. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna have a cookout every now and then, right? So we keep it a buck with you, man. You know, y'all do what y'all gotta
Right.
do.
We're
We finna
gonna
cut
eat
these.
that lamb, son.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
I
gonna
eat
eat that
that
believe
lamb,
lamb,
bro.
that.
son. I don't care what you say, bro.
What you say, bro? Love some lamb and some goat, bro. That's just what it is, right?
Damn, both
So
of y'all. I want a vegan theocracy.
I'm
God
with
damn it. No,
that.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
yeah, yeah, you take that. You go do that if you want to.
Man, we'll run you out right there. We get there. We go with that. We, you know, and
I'm
I
joking,
have to
y'all.
agree with that. We have a celebration. We have a celebration too where we eat the lamb. You know, at the sacrifice of when Abraham was supposed to sacrifice Ishmael. Anon, when he was supposed to
He,
sacrifice Ishmael
he
and
didn't.
was told to
He didn't.
sacrifice
He
the goat.
didn't.
Oh,
Now,
shots
no,
fired.
now
No, he
hold on.
didn't.
Shots fired.
Now,
He
Shots
was
now,
told
fired.
what
to
was
he was told to
what
get
was
Shots
he was
fired.
told to get the ram. He was told to get the ram.
what was the lesson? What was
He was
the
told to
lesson?
get the
What was the lesson that he was supposed to learn though? Not to sacrifice his
ram.
kids. Remember Abraham. Remember
Not
Abraham is coming out
yeah,
of Mesopotamia where they are sacrificing children.
yeah,
So the thought process
yeah,
is now this is not that same deity. That's why that story is even in there.
yeah. Wow, wow,
Yeah, I'm a
wow.
real moray. Like
Okay,
so.
yeah.
Let's
That's heavy.
like
That's
so.
heavy. I've never heard anything like that before. Right.
Well, because you got to understand, bro. Like if you studied the oral history of this, right? I ain't even gonna go into can we
Uh-huh.
prove him or not, right? We can say he's eponymous. It won't even bother me because I'm in the
Yeah,
culture,
yeah.
so I don't
I
need you to validate. I don't need you to
yeah,
validate Abraham.
yeah.
So, but what we see
Right.
though is him being pulled out of something that went directly against what was supposed to be beneficial for society. And then from there, you see this constant fight from that point of people coming and
Mhm.
conquering from Kemet to Assyrians to the Persians to, and by the way, Black Son, I went back and watched that interview, bro. Stop, don't deal with history. Just stay with science, okay?
Hey, I try to stay. Hey, I'm a, look. They not. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100, right? I only came into the league because I thought. I mean, well, you know what? Let me just say this, bro. I wanted to do this just like you did, show that I could do some other things. But really, the Bible ain't my forte. It's really science and nutrition, and some history. Well, I do fuck with history, but it ain't no biblical history. I fuck with the World War IIs. I fuck with the
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah,
Rwanda
you do
genocide,
like a
shit
lot
like
of
that.
you do a lot of modern history, and I get it,
Right,
right?
right, right.
I've had to
Yeah.
go into antiquity,
I
and that's what y'all. Go ahead, Yanga.
No, I'm like that too. I've always purposely stayed away from certain debates because of my upbringing. Because I'm like you, if whether Abraham existed or not, I tell people Abraham is like a Baba, a spiritual father. So I try to stay away from those debates just because of how I was raised, and some people, oh, they're superstitious or whatever. But I'm leery of bad mouthing certain people, and I don't know
Right.
enough not to be if they existed or not. So I just take the safe course and say, hey, you know what? Let's take the lessons from these people. Let's try to be right and exact and moral. But yeah, man, it's interesting. Listen, you guys, I gotta get off of here. Anon, man, I
Yeah,
hope you come back on here because I have tons of questions about the
yeah, yeah.
Hebrew
It's good.
Israelites, about really going in because I don't know much about it. Yeah. What
Yeah,
were you
it's
saying,
good. We
brother?
could do that. I'm gonna need y'all to do me something though. I'm gonna need y'all to do a favor for me. I need y'all to smooth that situation over,
Talk
man.
to me.
I need y'all to smooth that situation
How
over.
can we do that? What would you
I
advise?
don't. I don't
What would
know.
you
I don't.
advise us
I'll
in
talk
studying
about.
with?
I'd rather talk to y'all offline about that, right? But um,
Okay.
that I don't do all that. But uh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know all the details, but I don't
Oh,
like it.
before y'all we got Inyame, man. We got Inyame. If we all can spare us a little bit more time, man.
Man,
Inyame, what's good, brother?
yeah,
Peace and Paul, what's
well,
good? What's
let's say
good?
this. I'll
Is
say
that
this.
my OG? Is
For
that
the
my OG?
piece of power, young
That's
man,
the
man, I
OG,
spoke
baby.
you up, man.
Peace and Paul,
Man,
what's
I
good?
spoke
Ain't
this
none.
guy
It's
up.
been a minute.
I'm over here. I'm over here spreading this wizardry. I'm over here
Oh
spreading this.
man, you got the wizard.
I'm over here spreading this wizardry. Bro.
Over here proselytizing. You know what I'm saying? He's over here
Yeah. Doing what
proselytizing.
I do
No,
best.
man, let me
Doing what
say
I
this,
do
though, for the
best.
record. Yeah, let me say this for the record, because it wasn't, my intentions. I can't speak for Black Son, but I don't believe that it was his intentions. But I know for mine, it wasn't my intentions to disrespect you on anything personal or even to disrespect. It was passion. It was issuing a challenge. It was hoping that you would come over here. The names that we called out, except for I may have been a little excessive on Akmalak. I may have been a little excessive, but I don't take it
Hey,
back.
y'all
He's
gonna
more than
leave my
welcome to
little
come
bro
to me.
alone. Y'all gonna leave my
Hey
little bro
man,
alone.
you know that brother talk trash. You know he be talking trash. He came back that shit up. As like I said, I will give you you. I said it on the thing. You would be like shit. Anybody gonna sleep on you? And I ain't sleeping on Knock the Lock, but you know he be talking more trash than he's willing to back up. But I didn't want it to come off on even on him as a personal attack. It's just, hey man, let's get up here, let's exchange ideas because the arena really is a place to bring ideas for Black people. I believe in informed Black people make informed decisions. And I'm not a cult leader that says, hey, no one can have an opinion or no one can have a philosophy or ideology that shouldn't be heard. I think we're mature and we're adults as Black people. So I do appreciate you, tucking it because it can be sensitive, tucking in some of the sensitivities and really coming over and say, hey, now this is what we fucking believe. This is how I believe this is better. And this is how it goes down, man. And that's for me as a co-host, I'm definitely extending that invitation. All the time, man, you want to come on, jump on the panel and bring some clarity and understanding. And sometimes we may do the go back and forth because that's what men do, but always in a respectful manner, man. So I appreciate you coming on here and giving us an opportunity to straighten the air.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm always gonna pull up, but
Indeed.
I'm gonna put my number in here. I'm talking about that other situation, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, we'll get up. We'll talk off. We can definitely talk off chat.
Yeah. But that's my number. So y'all got that. Anytime you know what I'm saying, just hit me up. Because what I'm saying is it's about to get real for us here, bro. Like those that don't really understand, like I know what a country that's collapsing look like. And I've been saying this now for the last 2 years, real heavy. Like it's about to get real ugly. It's about to get real, right? And so
and people don't even see it. Hey, now that's the sad part. People really sleeping on how ugly this shit is about to get.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And man, what's going on, man? Where you been at, bro?
Me and the fam had a rough little period, and we coming out of that period. Okay.
I think everybody
did.
Be
easy for you, and I pray that all of that worked out. Right.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing that I was into, Yanga. Just so y'all know, I wasn't hiding. I was losing people to COVID, right? Back to back to back to back to back to back. So, peace to you, though, yeah, man.
Oh yeah. So, and then there was a lot of negativity on YouTube. So, I had to shut the negativity down just to have enough energy to get through.
Right.
What the family needed, and the family is more important.
Facts.
So, yes, that's where it all starts from. We can be nationalists, we can be whatever, and all at the core, I think we all are nationalists. We all want to see what's better for Black people and for us to operate collectively as a nation. We know that there's so many resources, economic and physical, as far as labor and intellectual resources that we give to the enemy just because we don't operate as a nation. And when I say nation, not so much just one belief, one ethnicity or anything like that, but a nation in the sense of we all know as melanated people that there is an attack levied against us. I mean, this is not some shit we're making up. We're not paranoid about. So if we don't come together for nothing but our continuity, for nothing but to stop these people from deliberately attacking us and hindering us from natural evolution, if we can't come together on survival, the basic fundamental principle is self-preservation, shit, we ain't gonna be able to come together on nothing.
On nothing, right.
I mean, if we all can't say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I don't believe like you believe. I don't even eat the same food you eat. But we both agree that whether Muslim, Jew, Christian, Hindu, or whatever, if you're melanated, you run the risk of being pulled over and murdered for no other reason. They don't say salam, shalom, Jesus bless you. Hey, Christian,
say none of that.
They say nigga.
Right.
They say nigga and squeeze the trigger.
And,
so
and
there are real ways. Okay. So those are the things that I think that all Black nationalists share in common. And we all search for vehicles and systems to express and manifest the advancement, the empowerment of Black people. And I think that it is important for us as Black people to hear these alternatives out there. And once we practice the art of allowance and tolerance of a people, and go back to something that you had said earlier, Anon, morals and ethics. I'm one who believes that it can be implemented back in our culture. You know, I do believe in God, so I would like to see God implemented, but even if not in a specific form, just in generality. Like when I was coming up, my grandmother would say things like, remember, you may be the first Black person white people see. You know what I'm saying? Watch how you're going to have to work twice as hard because they're not going to give you anything. So she prepared me for what I have to look for. I think the materialistic age of measuring our worth with our material possession has blinded us to the reality of our station and situation here in America. Because we can obtain some material possessions, we have really bought into, I have made it. And this is dangerous for my young people. And in conclusion, something that you had said, Anon, and if we don't touch on today, I'd like to touch on. You were talking about those 4 generations. I'm reminded of the Somalians and people who come over here, and even myself. I'm 2nd generation Muslim. You know, my father was raised a Muslim and stuff like that. But the influence of America is so great that even though you may be 2nd or 3rd generation, you still run the risk of your children being corrupted by this
the African,
how do you
the
deal with that?
indigenous
Yeah.
African, the continental African is saying that right now. They're afraid to send their kids here for college, even though they know they can come here for a better education because of what this culture will do. And the only thing we can do is separate. So when the Bible say, come out of her, my people, that's not just, oh, let's go run into the wilderness. That's withdraw completely from their culture. So for instance, my kids don't even watch television like that, right? They read, they play on their iPad, do a bunch of other stuff. Nah, I'm not like, if my wife watching something and they come, you know, barging in the room as kids do, mute the TV, pause the TV, y'all get your ass out of here. What you doing? Like, you're not
right. Right.
And I'll even get at my wife, like, no, turn it off right now. Like, you know, things like just a lot of little things like of creating culture, right? And so a part of that is you got to do that at home, right? This brother down here in the corner, and Yame is amazing at that. He got a whole tribe that he's infused culture into. You have to infuse culture into your family. So like my oldest, right? She's going through her period right now, really trying to get into college and figure it out. And so what she's learning is the fight is hallelujah. So she's saying, I want to go to college. You know, I've gotten to these schools and all this stuff, but I also got to be selective and careful now because my dad done taught me all of this stuff that I just can't spit out of my brain. So now I got to make sure that I build a culture that's right for me. That's an amazing thing. I want her to go through that struggle. I'm here to help her, but she has to go through that. So when she makes the decision to completely withdraw from anything that's going to beat that culture up, it makes sense to her and not just because I said it. That's how you build a culture, though. You got to do it with the kids. You like, I can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm gonna be arguing with 40-year-old people for the rest of my life, right? But we can go and catch these youngsters and actually show them, because y'all know me, I'm not just gonna say follow me because I said it. Let's look at the evidence and let's work it out. But I'll shut up right there.
I think it was Frederick Douglass. I think it was Frederick Douglass who said, you know, it's easier to raise a child than repair a broken man. So, you know, you're absolutely
100.
right. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, you want to say anything before we close out? I know we're gonna start, man. It is good to see you, bro. You know what? And I hate you came on late because I always enjoy our conversations, man. I was telling someone about you the other day, and that's why I said I spoke you up. I was talking about this staunch Pan-Africanist brother that used to be on there, and I was wondering where you were. So it's good to see you resurface, man. Shit.
Oh yeah. I got to get everybody's numbers back. I know I had Blackson. I just got that phone I had before. There was a robot. This was back in March. I put the phone in the robot's hand, and I accidentally hit the button, and it squeezed it and crushed it. But I took it as a sign, though. I said, okay. Everything I do on this phone, I'm gonna chill for a minute.
Right.
And I tried to get it back because I had the insurance. They sent the phone through UPS. They lost it. I did it again, and they lost it again. So I just chilled. I said, okay, I'm gonna listen. And just focus. Me, my wife, and the kids, and that's what I did.
Okay.
And that's where I've been. I mean, I've been in the clouds though. I've been in the clouds, so I know everything that's going on. But I just want to say, like, especially black men, it's good to be positive, stay positive. Let's keep moving forward. Let's be better today than we was yesterday. And that's all my message is going to be from going on. Let's just be better black men today than we was yesterday. And if people want to argue, I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say that because you guys just touched on something that this is why I came on. It's going to be tough in the future. I don't know what's going to happen, but something ain't right. Something is going to happen.
Right.
And we're not prepared for it just yet, collectively.
As collective, right?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, this is there again, man. This is what this panel is about. This is what this is for. This channel, this isn't something we just the Arena Uncensored goes back. And it has always been a platform to provide information, education. At times it's going to be entertaining, but really just to get things out there so our people can hear what's going on, be exposed to the various ideology, philosophies, methods, and systems. And even if they take bits and pieces and begin to apply it to their life, like you were saying, to be positive, to be uplifting, to be that light and that beacon for other brothers and sisters, to let us know that there are people out here really trying to brainstorm and do like you're doing, Anon, myself, and I'm sure other people, physically get out here and try to work with our people to change these conditions that we find ourselves in. A lot of it voluntarily, but some of it intentionally and by design. So it's just to draw that. And I'm hoping not to just bring you brothers, but more of the intellectual brothers. I enjoyed at one point in time when we had a particular station going on and we had the brothers coming off and on because I got to learn so much. So I hope in the future going forward that this channel provides that, And like I said, forewarning, it probably will get passionate at times because you're dealing with people who really very passionately believe in their belief. So listen, at the risk of sounding long with it, man, I'm supposed to have been off of here. So I'm going to shut my mouth on that. I'm going to wait till everybody give their greetings. But I want to say I appreciate everybody coming on, man, and peace to the chat and peace to us as a people. And like Yanga said, let's get it together. Let's be positive. Let's work together. And let's change these fucking conditions that are out here to destroy and to keep us stagnant.
Right. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Anon and Yame, the chat, Yanga, man. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for coming out. Again, man, I want y'all to come back on, man. We'll do y'all some justice because my reception was bad. Yanga's reception was bad, man. So the invitation is open, man, to continue these discussions, man. Because I want to do y'all justice, man. I hate doing these shows and the stuff is cutting out, man. I want to be A1 with this. So yeah, please come back, y'all. You want to close this out, Yanga?
I'll just say this real quick.
Unless the brothers want to say anything.
I'll say this real quick, and then I'll dip. I want people to understand, like, my aggression should not be mistaken for hate or not be mistaken for disdain. I got a real fight that I'm in, and so I can't let up for 1 second, right? Not saying that y'all not, but if y'all understand, like, Israelites, we the N-words of the N-words in our community, pretty much. People, so much bad information has been put out. So all of that. So it's
the N-word, N-word, damn.
Yeah. Like, so it's I don't got the option of playing around with this, right? So I'm never gonna lose that aggression until I know my people's safe, right? And even then, it's still gonna be a level of protection then, right? We need men to be real men. So that means sometimes we get, you know, we get into these conversations and maybe it gets heated, but it's never hate. Like we're not on here threatening to kill each other and all of that.
Right.
Right. We're gonna exchange information, we're gonna get
Mhm.
heated, it's gonna get turned up, but there's never hate. And that's the thing I want to see stop. Stop threatening each other's lives on here, bro. You're literally running away a potential asset, right?
Yes.
You're literally running
Yes.
away another brother who for all you know is gonna keep them bullets up off you, or keep these missiles up off you, or be there for you
Mm.
if something do. I mean, we watching a whole Eastern Seaboard prepare for a nuclear attack, right? That should tell you something. What these people, what they preparing for, what they looking at, right? So, it's time for us to stop playing. Playtime over. And if that mean I gotta yell and I ain't gonna cuss you out, but if I gotta speak a little bit more aggressive to wake some people up and let you know, like, nah, bro, I'm here and I'm serious. Especially once I get out here and I gotta start showing people my face, because I'm representing something different, right? It's not um it's not just one thing. This is a whole culture that the powers that be really do fear, that they hate, right? They hate the actual proper teaching of this spiritual system that we call the Bible, right? Removing the dogma, removing the spookism, and saying, no, this is the practical way of how to go about and changing our people's lives. That's a problem, right?
Mm.
And so
Mm.
y'all got to understand this. So I love y'all. It's still gonna be heated at times, and like I said, I'm gonna hit y'all up because there is some things I want to get
Right on.
straight. And there is some things I want to hit y'all up though. I want to get straight with that other situation on another channel, right? I don't want to see that.
Okay.
I want to, right? I want to fix that. So I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe. But yeah, y'all definitely gonna get this work on the clock, especially you, Black Son. You get this
I
block work
love
on
it.
this clock.
I love it. I love it.
So, but yeah, we'll work all the details out.
All right,
Go from
A9,
there.
man. Be safe, man. Go.
Bless you. Hey, I love you and Yame, bro. Please hit me up, man. You got my number. I got some.
Love you too. Peace and power. Peace and power.
I need your help for real. On the electrician side. Um, I need you to help me start making some apprentices. All right.
Cool. Cool.
All right. Y'all be safe.
All right, y'all. With
All right,
that being
peace.
said, we out. Peace, y'all.